Oh, you guys hear me again?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I lost connection for literally, I don't know, a
Mhm.
minute or two. Not too long, I guess.
So before you dropped out, I was basically asking, like, how do we get the body out of here back home?
Or do you even want us to bring it home,
Yeah,
or should
Just wanna
we
leave it here?
like do a quick burial site or something?
Is it like, is there like a place to put them in case they die during a ritual, or how's that usually work?
Well, we tend to take people's bodies back to the it's a little different. Depends on what the people's wants are. Essentially, in this case, the opponent wanted to not have his body. Essentially, he wanted to essentially be like kind of fed to like the wildlife. He's very nature oriented. He's that's what I would want personally. But some of us, want to go back to the ground. Essentially, we came from. Come back from the earth that we were birthed from. Essentially, so
Now in my head, I'm thinking like, you didn't want us looting the body, but you're okay with us just throwing it outside and letting wildlife.
The
take care of
wolves have it.
it. Like,
The wolves
why
will
don't you
probably
let us
roll back
loot the
in.
body and get all the good stuff before it gets eaten and put into poo?
I mean, we can ask for that. It's up to you.
I'm not asking this out loud. I'm just thinking this in my head. It's like, I know our friend's an idiot, but it's like, why not just let him do what he wanted to do?
well, she didn't stop you. That's why she was confused. She didn't say shoo or anything. She didn't like shoo you away or anything. She just literally was confused. Like, what? Why did you take his stuff from him? But see, why? Because I live now. What? Like,
Yeah. If you want, Haley, I can produce a bonfire. Would take a while, but we could cremate him to return him to the earth that way.
I mean, that's one way to do it. But we're not really used to having fire to like burn our people away. That would kind of ruin a lot of the meat, I think, and a lot of things for the whatever creatures that use it. So that's not really.
It almost feels sacrilegious to burn people in the ice plane.
I could be, but
Is there, Haley, any personal artifacts you want to keep from him?
any mementos to return to specific family members, perhaps.
If he has them, and he does, we have stuff that we have from. It would be back at this place at home. It's easy. He wouldn't take it with us to us. He wouldn't take it with him on this. At least if he knew if this was going to happen, and now that it happened, I'm sure he knew.
Well, while everybody's focused now, I'm going to try and do a stealth check and see if I can drop the body.
All right, try to loot.
All right, that one. Here we go.
See if you're in luck.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll.
Yeah,
that.
see, Jim is like, yeah, see, now it sounds bad, huh?
I'm glad I did it.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow!
All right, so you're super stealthy. You're so stealthy, no one notices you doing it. No one.
Yep.
Not
So, looting the body for any valuable materials.
you might as well be walking on air.
Yep. I'm walking on sunshine.
You pick up an arm and flap
I
it
could
down.
be yelling and nobody would notice. I'm so stealthy.
That's what it feels like. Oh boy. All right, please roll investigation
Okay.
or sleight hand, I guess. Well, sleight investigation because at this point.
Oh yeah, it'd be sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's a waste of a good investigation. That's 25. But nope, sleight of hand. Oh, that's so much bad. Hey,
All right. So let me roll.
nobody
her-
knows him, but like his body's so frozen stiff from rigor mortis. It's like I can't get into his pockets.
Okay, she still has to roll the check. She notices you. Okay, she rolled 16, so she notices you. She did it. She's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?"
Well, I'm being like stealthy to not being noticed. Now it's just trying to get into his.
Oh yeah. I guess you're right. So you try looking for stuff. You don't see anything on him. Like, I mean, this guy came to basically what he thinks is probably his dad. So he probably didn't take a lot of stuff on him. I mean, people don't
So
usually
it's like you cheap motherfucker. You knew who we were. Didn't you?
You're in your head. I knew.
Yeah, hearing the spirit from the jar, it's like,
if a spirit in a jar could rub its hand in glee, it would.
yeah, the spiritual middle finger to you. It's like,
The spirit fingers.
Yep.
jazz hands.
All right, so there's nothing on him. You want to take clothes off him, but that's about it. He doesn't have anything special. But yeah,
Like,
while that's going on, Gordon's going to check with Haley. Are there any other final preparations you need to make? Do you want to spend the night here? I'm not quite sure how time or the changing of the day works in this plane. So I'm not sure if you want to attempt to travel back as it's getting dark, or if you want to wait until morning.
Oh, well, it won't get dark here. Like the light is basically kind of permanent. There's like a cycle essentially of time, but it's not noted by the rise and fall of light. That's the way we do it here. But
Oh, it's the last one. Okay.
so,
gotcha.
but I mean, we've been going all day. We've been traveling hard. We've escaped bears. We had to do all these sort of things. We got here. We did the ritual, and my uncle just passed away. So I'm not feeling the greatest. So, like, I wouldn't mind taking a nap just to like relax and try to de-stress a bit. But it's up to you guys. I mean, I do need to get back at some place so we can let people know what is going on.
Is there a better place than this? Because this place is kind of corpsey.
Well, it's remains of corpsey because we kind of dismantled all the corpses.
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you can help me move his body out of the temple itself, I don't want it here because if it's here, essentially with the true cold essentially emanating from this place soon, it's gonna get eaten up by that essentially. So we want it to be out of the temple. This temple is safe for us to sleep in, but I would prefer to have my uncle's body like somewhere outside so we can be back with nature essentially.
Sure, I'll help you, Haley.
Thank you.
Goran will assist as well.
All right, thank you.
I'll take the shoulders. You take the ankles, Renan.
Let's do it.
And we both struggle mightily with our crappy strength scores.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's
like,
diagonally.
if you have enough body parts, we could probably make a makeshift, like, what do you call it?
A tent? A
No, not a
lean-to?
tent, something to drag the body.
Stretcher.
Oh, stretcher.
Stretcher. There we go.
You want to? Sure. Yeah, sure.
I mean, at least something to help drag the body, because it's like,
Oh, we also have to
We're
take
all-
it through the plant growth
Yeah.
too. So yeah, a stretcher would probably help.
Yeah, and
I mean-
both guys are pretty short too. I think, right? You're both like
Oh yeah, we're both halfway.
both halfway,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're both super
Yeah,
weak,
I'm a-
right? Physically.
oh well, yeah, I have.
Well, I'm not
strength.
super weak.
Friends.
I'm 10 strength.
Okay, you're average. Okay. Yeah.
I'm 6.
Well,
Okay.
actually, what technically does this thing say? I have a push, drag, or lift of 240 somehow with my 8 strength, according to
Wow.
D&D Beyond's thing, for how it
What? 240? Why?
calculates that. I don't know.
That's so strange.
Like I have 8 minus 1. It's like I should the only thing I should be able to like bully and push around is a small child.
Even then.
And even then they'd still be able to kick my ass.
Mm.
Like I can outrun them and like, like just do like punches and stuff like that a bunch of times, but
Let me see.
actually my punches
Oh.
wouldn't do anything. They're 0 for
Something's wrong with
Unarmed
that. Something's wrong with that. Yeah, something's wrong with that because your carrying capacity should be strength by multiplied by 15. So you're 8 strength, right?
Yeah, 8 strength. It's saying my carrying capacity is 120. My push, drag, or lift, whatever is 240.
Oh, that's why. Because you can carry around 20 pounds, but you can push twice that essentially. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
Mm.
But like,
So if
yeah,
the dude
yeah,
heavier than 240, which I'm guessing he's probably not.
he's not. But like, it's still like it's hard to push a body. Like bodies aren't really the best.
Oh yeah, it says you can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score.
Yeah, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Okay.
So yeah,
But
you
still.
could do it, but it would just be slow and like it would.
Yeah, because your speed drops to 5 feet.
Yeah. So
So it's like, eh.
Which then means you're with us pulling it through the plant growth. It's 1 foot every 6 seconds.
Yeah. So
Oh wow.
you saw the deal with the plant growth. So, sorry, did you
Oh.
burned it away, right? Did you burn it away, or did you?
Oh, no,
no,
I
we've
can't
been
do
too
this.
busy being looted.
Oh God, have fun with that.
And if-
Okay, here's what I can do. Renan, I'm going to make a walkway for us with bonfire, but when it starts
I'll-
spreading past the walkway, can you snap off the fire with your
Yes.
druid craft?
Yeah, I'll
I'll-
assist you with that.
I'll assist with my firebolt. Like just pew 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 pew.
I like to remember this is all Wolf's fault.
Yep.
Saying. All right. All right. So you slowly do this over the course of like an hour, probably, to move his body along,
Yeah.
take it
Mhm.
out, and then I guess you want to. You're gonna sleep here, or you're gonna.
Yeah,
Well,
Gorin will
kinda have
ask
to, 'cause if we get
Icarus
into another
to
fight, we're
reset the wards before we go to sleep. But
Alarm. Yeah. Put the alarms back on. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I still have alarm ritual, so I can do that.
Yeah.
And maybe someone could put up the dome or
You could probably reset it every like I don't know, like 6 hours. You probably could reset it. It doesn't stay. It's not a permanent barrier thing. It's just like it goes up for like an hour at a time. For like, and it takes like you have to charge up essentially the statues for it. So you could do that if you want to. If you want, but you don't have to worry too much about it because when you place around this area true cold, nothing. Animals tend to stay away from this place in general, and creatures stay away. At least when it's up and working. When it's not up and working, that's when they started coming in. That's where they were causing issues. So it waned over time and got to the point where creatures were coming in and out of it. But now that you're reactivated, essentially, it should be emanating the true cold and keeping anything from like coming at you guys essentially. So she'll tell you that essentially. Haley will.
okay.
Like, so yeah, we should be safe here. Like the true cold will prevent the creatures from coming at us.
Are we resting for a long time or?
Yeah, I think so, because I tapped out. I got like one spell slot for, and I basically would need that for my gun, for my special gun.
Gordon's
Actually, I wouldn't
fine
even
with
use that. I'd
either
probably
a
use,
short
like,
or long
shield.
rest, but if the rest of the group wants a long rest, he's totally down for that.
I need a long one because I can't get my spell slots back.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Take a long one.
Okay, I'll rest as long as you guys need.
So I guess you guys do a long. If you guys want a long rest, you can do a long rest. And
Yeah.
over the course of the night, Halo will wake up a couple times, you know, like and if you guys if you guys sleep like you guys sleep more than are you sleeping 8 hours or sleeping more or what do you want to do?
well, before we even do the like bat down for long rest, I'm gonna do like the ritual like alarm spell around a perimeter just to give us an early warning,
Okay.
just in case.
So she'll go ahead.
We'll check with her, see how long she wants, but presumably we'll take a little bit over 8 hours just to make sure we've always got somebody up on watch and everybody else is getting in
Yeah.
like their full 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys sleep, you know, nothing particularly noticeable happens. That's Haley, you know, having issues sleeping, but as before you go sleep and after you wake up, she'll try to talk to you guys a bit to ask you about your lives at home, like what your place is like, because all she's known is essentially her life here in Plain of Ice in Alpe, and like she doesn't really understand, you know, that well how you guys live, how people survive in your planes, you know, what their life is like, you know, what their relationships are like. She's just very curious.
Look at this.
During Gordon's part of the watch, he's testing out some of the new materials and doing a little bit of cooking. He'll like show off some of his special cooking styles to her and describe like cooking contests and things.
Okay, she'll talk a little about like she'll talk to her about. She'll talk a little about their own customs, like what they eat in there. You know, a lot of meat and bread, a lot of potatoes, a lot of other vegetables like cabbage, stuff like that. And she says, "Yeah, we have a lot of our own food. Like it's just I don't know if it's really to your liking, but it's very like you know our food like us is a little cold, but we're not fully cold. We're not like elementals, true elementals. We're not all ice or anything." So normal, which I don't know. I mean, normal. That would be normal for you. We have, you know, we still have relatively probably close to you guys body parts underneath all that exterior, or icy exterior. So you might like our food. It depends. We'll have some food when we get back. I'm sure there'll be something. Because
Gordon will hand her a kebab with toasted ice bear meat on it.
can you please check her cooking? Like
All
this
right.
would be like a
I always do it via performance.
yeah performance. Yeah, makes sense.
Dirty 20.
Nice. So yeah, she's surprised by it. She's like, this bed initially was warmed, so she was, you know, because you cooked it right with fire first initially, and then
I did a little bit of the Salt Bay seasoning.
yeah, sure. It's like this is very interesting. I'm not used to this the food being so like not cold. I don't know. but it is
Not cold is the best way to have food most of the time. Every once in a while, it's fine cold, but you gotta keep it warm.
1 hour later, she's just diarrhea, cramps and everything like that. It's like, no, it's delicious. Oh.
That'll drown out the dead body smell. There you go.
there you go. But yeah, so she enjoys it quite a bit. She's like it's super nice that food be warm, and also just the fact that it's like the seasoning as well as well. Usually they don't really have as much salt here. They have some salt, but not as much as like what I put on food is really as much. But yeah. All right.
Well, glad you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And Gordon will finish with his preparations and go back to sleep with his watchings.
Rin will tell her about the life on the farm, and as far as the eye can see, the simpleness of the life, and just not wanting much, but not needing much either, and just enjoying the wind rustling to the wheat stalks, things like that.
So yes, that sounds very idyllic. Like I don't know. Like it sounds almost like a story I read. People living, like taking land and not having to worry about wars or, like fighting and like giant monsters. Like that seems like a nice life.
It was.
You don't have that anymore, huh? Would force you out of it.
Just life in general. That's all I really want to say.
Fair enough. It's not something I'm used to. Like we are not used to having a nice life and then going somewhere where it's not nice. So your choices confuses me, but I'm sure you had your reasons.
I did.
Risk kind of just tells a few stories about like on different like bounty hunting cases and just general investigative things that people ask me to help them with. Most of them just being the run of the mill, like I thought it was going to be a good job, and then it turns out it wasn't. It's just been the story of my life. Every fucking time I think, oh, this is going to be a great one. It's going to be a guy who deserves to be caught. Turns out they're not, and then I have to find a way to make it right while still getting paid.
That seems tough. I don't know how you deal with like trying to find people.
I basically have to like reverse the con artist, basically.
Shit. Is that why you came?
All I want to do is just bounty hunt and catch bad guys, but I end up having to catch the guys who are paying me to catch somebody.
Sure. So you'd want to like instead of taking bounty hunters, you'd want to like set your own bounties up or something? Is that what you want? Or you mean you want better bounties?
Yeah, I just want it. Like I love the chase, but I want the person I'm chasing to be somebody who deserves to be chased, and not somebody who's being chased because they pissed off the wrong person who happens to be a scumbag.
I see. So these people, it can be anyone. It's not just like a...
Basically, I end up chasing the innocent people rather than the guilty. I prefer to catch the guilty.
That seems very strange to me. Like, so is this like is your government is corrupt or something? Is this why? Like, or like, how do you get these bounties?
I don't have a government. I'm kind of a freelance. I travel from place to place, but it's been my experience where a lot of people seem like they're posting a bounty for somebody for legitimate means that they did some kind of wrong to them, and it turns out that wrong, they deserve to be wronged, basically. Okay. But instead of them getting justice that they deserved, they decide to turn around and try to, put that on them instead.
Okay. I see. This is a very strange thing.
Like for example, I was once tasked to go after a woman who had run out on her husband, supposedly for cheating, but it was actually quite the reverse. But all the money was in her name, and he needed her back to, file so that he can get all the money. He's not a very nice man.
Oh, yeah. I see. That is... Yeah, your place is...
And I only found out after I had caught her. She started talking, I started listening, of course. Pretty easy to figure things out from there.
So this is not part
So-
of your law, right? This is like outside of it. People just pay you like a job.
Oh yeah, these. Oh yeah. Sometimes it's from the government. Sometimes it's individuals who would hire me. I'm basically freelance. I'm not part of any institution or group or anything like that. Outside of this group for our own reasons, but investigative kind of things. It's like I'm just freelancing.
Okay. Well, I mean, so far most people seems to life outside here seems to be pretty good, nice. But I guess yours is not that great. I guess being outside my place is not. I guess it's not as nice as I thought. Not as perfect.
It's either that I go back home and I never want to go back home. I don't know if you have much experience with kobolds, but my people are idiots.
She laughed at that.
Like their idea of crafting, like say a sword, for example, is just to basically take a stick and a bunch of rocks and just smash them into the stick and think it's a sword. It's like, no, it's just a stick with some pointy rocks that you didn't even bother gluing down. It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
I wish I had a home. But I just recently met my father. My mother had abandoned me at a young age. So I had to grow up on the streets with nobody, just banging two rocks together to eat something, and licking whatever water was on the street. But eventually, someone took pity on me and taught me the ways of the blood hunter. And yeah, that's pretty much my life. And I like to see humor in a lot of things because life in itself is pretty dire. So if you can't smile, then what can you smile at, right? Exactly.
That's
Pretty much my situation
Sure.
outside of here.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
It's only sad because you make it sad.
It is.
Because I'm
It's
still
only sad because it is
That's-
sad.
That's the inspiring part of it. I'm
Okay.
I still smile. I still try and steal stuff from dead people and spoil it. I enjoy ice cream and occasion.
Okay, well, this is interesting. Your experiences are very wide and diverse. I didn't know there's people out here live such odd, interesting lives. But I'm glad you guys told me. And all of you told me. I'm learning a lot about it, about our place. What we can do to help. Because I don't know if our way of life is is the best, and if we need to improve it in some way. There's stuff you can learn from the outside world. There are so many places that we've never been to. We've been stuck here, in this place by ourselves for I don't know how many hundreds of years. And so, if there's a better way, then I can hopefully maybe I can find it for my people. So thank you for your speeches and your information. So this puts me at ease really, but it does help me teach me a lot about things I would not have never learned otherwise. So. I need to think on it.
Me being suspicious by nature is like just another insight check. Just like, is she legitimately just interested in us, or is she like gathering data on us to like whatever?
Okay. roll for a sense motive, which is the case insight.
12, so probably not that much.
Yeah, she seems like it's hard to tell. She seems like part of it is, who knows? It's hard to read them in general. These people, they're not the easiest to read in terms of emotions.
Yeah.
But yeah, she seems like
Krivdar's sad story threw me off.
yes. Well, so she asked you too. I thought so you're for bounty hunting. You came here for bounty hunting too? If you need to find someone, you can let me know. I can find them for you. Maybe I know a lot of people in the city.
I ran across them. I clocked them when we came in, but it was another bust one where somebody's putting out a bounty for somebody who actually doesn't deserve to be caught. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it's good.
Leave it at that, because I didn't lie. I'm just holding back. Some
Yeah,
truths.
yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. All right, so well, at least you have your honor and your morals, so you have something still.
Oh, but don't worry. I have a plan to fuck over the people who put out that bounty. It's like, I'm going to get paid because you wasted my time.
Mm.
Okay, fair enough.
It's going to be hilarious.
All right. And also
I just have a question.
Sure.
What would I roll to flirt with the person? I just wanted to know.
Sure. Depends how you flirt, essentially, but like I guess it would be like
Persuasion.
persuasion, pretty much close to
Probably persuasion, unless you're just trying to, I don't know,
Or
like cop a
performance.
fee or something. In which case, it'd probably be sleight of
I'm
hand.
just flirting with them. I'm not trying to do anything
So
physical.
that's
I'm
either
just flirting with
performance
them.
or persuasion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably persuasion. Unless you're doing like, unless you're trying to like flirt in a way that you're like trying to like do a performance thing, like you're trying to make,
Yeah.
trying to like
Like,
do
are
like
you
a
going
dance.
over the top
Are you-
flirting, or are you just flirting for the sake of flirting?
Yes.
Flirting
Are you-
for the sake of flirting.
Okay, okay, fine.
Persuasion.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're like a main dance or something equivalent, that'd be performance. But like if it's just talking, yeah, just persuasion. So yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Come on,
Look
that
up
one.
How
Yes.
bad your luck is.
Yes.
I just need to see what persuasion is. Perception,
it's-
performance.
It's right below.
Just
performance.
below
All in
performance.
alphabetical order.
Just
yeah.
below performance. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
Charisma.
you. I got a.
Oh god.
At this point, I'm like sitting right next to Gordon, just saying like, "Yo, give me some like popcorn." Or something like
Gordon hands you a bear kebab and
I'm
says, "I'm still getting the popcorn ready."
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be like,
I'm
Ralph
just like
Wiggum and be
gnawing
like,
on that
"So,
kebab
you
like
like
slowly while I'm
stuff?"
watching. It's like,
Sorry, what did you say, Jimmy?
I'm gonna be like Ralph Wiggum and be like, "So, do you like stuff?"
Like.
And then I'm gonna pull out a little gift card that I have.
I choo choose you.
Alright.
It's like, that's like the little boy was like, "Here's some worms. I like you."
She seems very confused by your talking, the way you're just talking to her. She seems like, oh, it's just one of those things people do, and you hear people do. She doesn't take it
And then
as like
probably
flirting.
watching us just be like watching him just fail miserably. Like, what the fuck's going on?
well,
No, don't mind us.
Yeah, like she can't even tell it's flirting basically at this point. Like because of her unfamiliar with your ways and like also just how bad the role is, she can't even tell it's flirting. She just thinks you're just awkwardly talking like she is and other people. So
And us just not explaining a thing. We probably all know what's going on, but we're not explaining a thing.
Yeah,
fair enough.
it's hard to get entertainment out of the ice plane.
Right?
Alright. Someone want to do anything, or you want to finish the sleep?
I'm fine with finishing up and packing it up. So
Saying,
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Fair enough. And man, Jimmy, your luck is so bad today. I don't know what it is. You're just getting super unlucky. It's not even fair.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so I guess you guys wake up and
Like, combat, you're actually pretty solid for the most part in combat, but when you try to do things outside of it, it's like.
Yep.
To be fair though, even when you roll bad, it's still fun.
yep.
I mean, it's the most important thing, yep. Alright. Cool. So yeah, so you guys wake up and everyone seems to be waking up. You have your, it's interesting to wake up and you're like the first time you've woken up in this place and you're not like not in a nice place anymore. Like you're not like in a home like you were before when you were sleeping in essentially the crowd keep. So it's a little odd being wake up in a temple, but like the temple's pretty safe. It's not the softest ground or anything, but you have like bedrolls and stuff like that, I think. So you just sleep on that. So unusual for sure. Not like sleeping in a sacred place, but but yeah. Wake up, everything seems to be fine for the most part. It's like, alright, I guess can we go back to home now?
Yes, please.
Indeed.
Alright.
Let's go.
Alright, so you guys travel back. Because of the nature of this, because the cold meter's been working again, I'll say that basically you don't have to really roll to like travel through the places anymore. Like you don't have to travel through to dodge like wild bears and creatures anymore. So basically you can get back home after like a few hours of traveling. And if you can just roll survival to see how long it takes, but for the most part it won't matter too much. If you want to want to see how long it takes, but otherwise it won't really matter.
Oh, great 19 for me.
I rolled pretty low, just a 10.
Renan was a 20.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So overall, good rolls. So yeah, you're able to get back relatively easily. I mean, you've been here now, so you kind of know the way back. The place is relatively free of creatures. Even ones you do see, don't reach you or are close to you at all. You're able to see them pretty far off, and like
They smell all the corpse blood and shit still on us.
You take a
Well, we
bath.
would have
like-
cleaned it off before we went to
Like-
sleep, or at least Gordon did.
They fucked up Dave. Did you see that big centipede dude named
You
Dave?
smell like death.
Like, my God, they're carrying his body around.
I mean, she's wearing the fur. It's even more. It's
Yeah.
intimidation.
They're wearing Steve.
All right, so yeah, you get able to get back to Abe pretty easily, no problems. It takes a couple hours, and that's about it. And as you get back, she takes you back to the crowd keep initially, and she talks to. She's the first person you see there is Ordrin waiting. Essentially, he senses to like, so they told me you're coming, and Seance told you you're coming. So I'm glad. It seems like everything's fine. She looks over, Haley as much as possible. Was everything all right? Are you okay, Haley? And she responds like, I was successful, but Rapone did not make it. Not because of the fault of these people. They did everything they could, but the ritual took too much out of him. Father, you knew this would happen, didn't you? Like, you knew this is the last time? And he looks back and responds. He just looks at him kind of solemnly, but firmly, not like sad. Just, he's pretty stoic in general. It's like, yes, this was very likely. But we got you got back his spirit, right? His spirit is back with us. Yeah, and she shows him the jar. Oh, what happened? Is KP?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think KP just joined us.
Oh, I can.
Yes. Sounds like you're driving.
I am not driving. My heat's running, so the fan's blowing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get all set up. Keep going. I was
Okay.
listening on Vaden's stream while I was driving home.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. All right, then that's simple enough. Yeah. So yeah, basically, yeah. So they talk a little bit more, but basically the main thing is that something he'll say is like important, critical right now. He'll say like, so, I mean, but it's as sad as it is that our opponent had to pass. It is more important that we succeeded and you succeeded. You're now you've now succeeded in your ritual, the right passage. Your opponent did whatever he needed to do. And we're going to have a feast in your honor, essentially. So, just
Again, being the paranoid person, I just want to do an insight check to see is like, did he send Rapone to his death?
well, I mean, she basically said that she already asked him if he knew he was gonna die, and he said
Yeah.
pretty much yes. So, he already
Like,
said yes.
but was it like with malicious intent? Or was it basically,
Oh,
like,
okay. He didn't
or
say
did he like it's kind of like Dumbledore, like it's like I want you to kill me because I'm gonna die anyway. Kind of thing.
kind of. So it's hard to tell because these people he's very stoic with a high rule. He's a very stoic person in general, but you do kind of tell a little bit that it was not malicious. Essentially, it was like it was time. Essentially, he thought it was time to go.
Okay.
So.
But do we think he took out a life insurance policy on him just before he went
Right.
out?
Well, you would guess by the way this place goes by, there's no life insurance in here. So if there was one in the past, they went in debt and went under because life insurance in the place ice is not exactly a smart business plan. So
Yeah. No insurance company, worth their salt is gonna, put a policy out on these people.
yeah, pretty much.
They do. It's like the premiums will be astronomical. So it's like, wait, you guard a bunch of frozen monsters from the ends of time.
Yeah.
Like, your premiums are $1,000 weekly.
Wow.
Pretty much. So it's pretty hard to get
Quick
insurance.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Quick question. Are we in the temple where we fought the last session?
We're-
That's what the
We
map
just
looks
got back
like.
to Abe.
Yeah, we just got back from the temple.
Oh, we just got back. Okay.
Yeah.
Have we
Yep.
had a long rest?
Yes, you
Yeah.
We
all
had a
of us.
long rest as
Just a
well.
long rest.
Yes,
We mostly just looted a lot of the bodies. I got like 1,000 platinum off the hag, plus
Nice.
Or is it-
100
Iron
platinum.
Band.
Sorry. Yeah.
100. Okay.
or excuse me, 1,000 gold, but worth of platinum basically, or
Sure.
100 platinum, 1,000 gold. And also a iron band of binding, so basically a little ball that if I say a magic word and throw it, it'll just restrain somebody.
Cool.
And then we just basically harvested a shit ton of body parts from the creatures.
Yep, and Yeti fur and
Gotcha.
whatnot.
Yep.
All right. Yeti
Oh.
fur is awesome.
Yeah, we got like 100+ pounds of various animal and insect parts. So
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a lot
going
of
to
time.
make a kick-ass pitchfork for Renan. Out of those parts. Once I get
Nice.
access to a decent forge.
Sure.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, cool. Thank
Alright.
you.
No problem. Also, so yeah, also you get back. It's like Origin tells you basically. He says, okay, so so he says about so he tells Haley, can you go help with the stuff for the feast? So you guys are basically gonna come back to a feast for thing. Basically, you guys were very successful in the mission. Haley's fine, no problems with her, but Rapone died not because of what you guys did, but because part of the ritual essentially to restore the true coal to the area, it was to essentially use a part of his life force, and he essentially died doing it. Nothing you can do about that, but like, but the nice thing, one thing I think is that his body is dead, but his part of his spirit stays. Like he has like a jar essentially that has like his spirit essence, and he's gonna take that back to the temple in here, the Tranquil Times temple. So, if you guys want to, you can go there to like. If you guys want to do a tour then now, or you can do a tour now from that place, or you can do a tour after the feast, or some other time if you want to. But she'll take his spirit back to that place.
I would like to do the tour now if we can.
You can if you want. Was else you guys all want to do that?
Sure. But
Sure.
Gordon wants to check: are we getting paid after the feast or before?
So that's what Origin to tell you. So we're going to pay it now. So he brings out a bag and he like throws it at you, not hard, just like in a. He's kind of that's just kind of how he is. He just throws things at you, people. It's not like I meant to like try to hurt you with it, but
Or
he's
just
throwing-
goes,
and
Yeah.
but this is a lot of. So you throw there's a pretty big bag of like not your hands specifically, but try to throw it at the ground at your feet. He's not trying to hit you with
Okay.
it, you know, not to murder you with a bag of gold. like
I lost my son because of you.
well, his brother, but yeah, brother. His twin brother,
Brother,
basically.
okay.
But yeah. So he throws it at you. So the Organics uses. This is for you, and then he also it gives you this interesting item, a quiver. It's called the Quiver of Elona. So I'll type it. Quiver of Elona. It's a magic item. It's another magic item you guys got. So you guys get 2 magic items from this, and 100 plat from the different thing. And then when you open up the bag itself will have 1,000 plat.
Nice.
1,000 platinum?
Nice.
So
Now you have
1,100 total.
1,100 left.
Yeah, I mean the thing is part of it's my fault, but you guys should have one more gold at this point. You're level 8, like, or basically you're level 7, so like you guys should have more gold than you do now. And I knew you started it just recently, but like, yeah, like people your level should have a good amount of gold to buy things and do things we wanted. So
I did get free bracers of defense, so I'm not worried about the gold.
Yeah.
sure, but it's still useful
Nice.
for like not just for buying magic items, but also like other materials or goods or
Sure.
if you want to bribe someone, whatever you want to do with it, you know, whatever you want to feel like you want to do with money. But yeah.
That's 11,000 gold so far.
Not bad. And so yeah, and you get 2 magic items. Like I said, one is the
Iron Bands
Iron Man's
Binding.
binding, and the one is called the Quiver of Elona. So Quiver of Elona is interesting. It's an item. It's like a quiver that lets you take things out of it. But the way it works is that I'll link something. Make find something that helps to show you exactly what it does. Let me find it quickly to actually show you.
Okay.
The reason it's interesting is because it basically lets you take things out of it that are unusual. And essentially, like you can basically put stuff in there, kind of like a bag of holding, but you take stuff out of it as well.
Oh,
But
nice.
not just like bag of holding; it's also a little more unique. Fine. Sorry,
I just put it in the chat log.
Oh, you did? Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, each of the quiver's 3 compartments connects to an extra dimensional space that allows the quiver to hold numerous items while never weighing more than 2 pounds. The shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized compartment holds up to 18 javelins or similar objects. The longest compartment holds up to 6 long objects such as bows, quarterstaffs, or spears. You can draw any item the quiver contains as if doing so from a regular quiver or scabbard.
Yeah, so it's really interesting, fast way, because normally in a bag of holding, you want to take something out of it. You have to like search through it a little bit and find it. This is actually like a very
Right.
quick way to draw something quickly. If you ever want to put like a special arrow, a special weapon that you need for a search mission, you can throw them in there. And same with like bolts, you know, or arrows,
Right.
you know. So if you have any special things that you get, you can do that. And you can buy special arrows like another something that I can mention. There's elemental arrows of all kinds, essentially. You know, basically every element you can think of, and other stuff to buy. Not necessarily here, but like in Sigil. So you can use that. You can switch out special arrows when you want to. So it's a pretty interesting item.
And I'm just gonna throw it out there in case, unless somebody else has an objection, give it to Jimmy. Give it to.
It seems like the best choice. I was going to suggest possibly you as well, Risk, but
I don't use bolts. I just use the magic pew pews.
I gotcha. Well, I wasn't sure how your reloading
I'll
works,
take
but
the magic
okay.
bow.
Oh yeah, no, it's just I'm just using basically a block of. I'm basically using like the equivalent of a pop gun that's just magically carved with runes to like fire by magic through as my arcane firearm because I'm an artillerist artificer, and then I can create an eldritch cannon, which I basically for flavor have like a metal block that just magically transforms into the other gun. So I never run out of ammo, but Krivdar uses the crossbow
Actual
a lot,
bullets.
plus he could use it to like store javelins if he wants to, like, you know, and other things like throw if he wants to do a lot of range stuff.
Yeah, whatever you want to
So,
throw.
like-
Whatever part of the range, you put it in there, whatever you want. You use it as a weapon. So
Yeah. So
You know,
I
Risk, we could probably make a couple of javelins out of those legs off that insect
Yes.
creature.
all the spines
Yes,
too.
we could.
All spines too. So spikes.
And-
So yeah.
Actually, on that note, it's like just for that discussion, does like any of the bug parts from that thing, like, would it have like ice elemental properties? Like, would it add cold damage or something like that, or is it just it's just I could just make a weapon out of it and it just looks cool?
So for the rumor has its spines are not icy. It has but they're just basically piercing. That's it. The carapace had the ice and fire like resistance to it. But if you can, they can possibly get if you depending on how well you do with your check. But the spines themselves don't do that. But the Yeti's claws and stuff like that and breath essentially that's just icy. So that you could probably get some like ice elemental damage off that.
So I could like probably turn the fangs into like ice arrows if I want to, or daggers. Or
Yeah.
whatever I can.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we splitting that platinum?
Well, assuming you have the group, it's a given to you. Give it to
Yeah.
the group too.
I'm just putting it in my thing total just so I can keep track of like what we got. But
Sure.
we want to like figure out how to split that among 5.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
20 each.
1100.
20 each.
from the 100 we get 20 each. From the 1,000 we get 200 each.
So
Yeah,
220 each.
Well,
Yeah.
across from what we just got from him plus the hag, we have 1100 platinum total.
So 220 each.
Yeah.
220 each. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it in my inventory. 220.
I don't have to wait to do party inventory in this game. I know I can do it in Foundry and other places, but like I don't know if I can do that. I'll figure out. I'll try looking to see if I can find a way to make a character that has like that you can all access that like has like party inventory you can just draw from.
party.
I'm
I'm sure there is, but it's
I'll figure it
D&D
out.
Beyond. It's not perfect.
Yeah, I don't
I just
know.
put it in my individual character inventory. So
For now,
Yeah.
For now, just put your inventories. For now, you have your personal ones, and then you'll, and just kind of keep track of that. But
But yeah, Jimmy, look up the Quiver of Elona
yes.
and just add it to your inventory.
Quiver of Alona.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
it's
you can see the spelling in the chat log.
And so I use the.
Yeah.
Or actually, just search Quiver in inventory. You should find it.
Oh,
It'll start
not
with an E.
not in the thing at the top there, by D&D.
Yeah, no, that's
Beyond?
just for like give the description. So go to your like inventory.
Sure, I got to do that. One moment.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let me know when you're there.
Inventory, found it, and then
Click
I
on-
search in the inventory.
Click
Quiver.
manage inventory actually.
Oh, so I don't search. I just
Well, you will, but you click on manage inventory first,
manage. Okay, and
and
then I
under where
search.
it says filter, type in Quiver.
Okay. So,
You'll see one of the options will say Quiver of Elona. It'll start with an E for Elona.
Quiver of Fishing Quiver.
Yeah, you don't
Quiver
need to
of
do the whole
right
thing.
here. Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
and just click add.
And I did that.
Perfect. So that is yours. So now you basically have something that'll store bolts, javelins, and a bunch of other weapons easily for you.
Of course, thank you.
And just to make it just to clarify as well, the idea is that the quiver is to hold like stuff like that, arrows, bolts, and other objects, and javelins or whatever. But you don't have to necessarily. If you want to, you can also even add. So you can also depending on the department. Like some of them are like meant for like I said, bows, quarterstaffs, and then spears, like the longest one. But if you really want to, you can add.
Well, it says or similar objects. So you
Yeah.
could store like swords and daggers
Yeah.
and other weapons.
Mhm.
But like
It's basically a weapon holster.
basically, I do mention this because it's for Jimmy purposes. It's because you know how random Jimmy is. Like you don't put whatever you want in there. Pretty much. So you can stick like random rocks you find. You can put like any random things you want you store in there, and you may throw it, use it later as a weapon if you want to.
Yeah, anything you consider a weapon, you can store in there up to a certain point.
That makes sense.
Just saying that it has to be dead though. Okay, don't put anything alive in there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it probably won't come back alive.
Yeah, don't put like a badger in there or something like that.
or your
Like,
chicken.
throw it at them.
Okay.
That's funny.
Like for my attack, I use honey badger.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
can see you doing that.
Jimmy uses Jimmy throws honey badger at enemy. It's super effective. All right.
So I asked Haley, can I witness whatever you're gonna do with your uncle's soul?
Yes. So, if you guys want, you want to come here in general, I can show you around, or I can basically like. I'm going to go to the place and put his soul to not to the rest, but to back in the temple with the rest of the people of our ancestors, so that have survived. So, if you want to come,
I would just ask, is there a blacksmith that I could visit along the way? Like, you can go off and do your thing. I just want to know if there's a place I could use to, like, make something with some of the material we've collected.
yeah, you can go to like the crafting confines area and just talk to any of the people there and get them to help talk to them.
Okay. That's what I'll do. So
okay.
if it's like along the way, I'll just like split off while the rest. Of
Sure.
the-
Sure, you
the
can
nickel and dime
so you can
for
do it along the way. While you're doing that, everyone else will continue, I guess, on the way to the.
Then you can get back to me when you can after the tours thing. So I don't want to take up too much of that.
Sure. Okay.
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 And so while she's taking us on the tour, I have my book out, just writing, taking notes.
Okay. So just to clarify for the license thing. So do you want to do the license thing now quickly, or do you want to do it after Jungle Times?
After?
Okay. So or say that you're with us basically at the time, because you
Yeah.
basically did it on the way, right? So you'll be with us, right? Still. Brisk.
Oh no, I'm basically gonna break off while they're doing that.
Okay. So
Like-
so you won't be with the group. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah. So there's
like,
you guys.
like basically that. Like I'm basically saying it's like if along the way we come across where I could just break off and just do that while they're off doing the tour, so that simultaneously I'm able to at least take some time to craft things or at least get started on
Sure.
some things.
Sure. Okay.
He's
so yeah.
going to the gift shop. We're taking the actual tour.
Pretty much.
Well, okay, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, he's not with her.
Or I'm finding like things that'll interest me versus like the spiritual stuff. It's like I'm more of the like the crafting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my-
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you're not anywhere of the group for this part. Okay. So, so yeah, you guys go to Triple Times. So as you get there, you're also greeted by someone else who's there as well. It's not just Haley. So Haley, as Haley gets there and she leads you there, you see this kind of creature, man, person there. He looks very like a lot of creatures here. The ice essence, they're called. That's a race essentially. He's pretty unusual. He's got like periwinkle looking hair, like Aki's beluga hair, like silver eyes, blue skin. He's got like this kind of wolf near him as well, ice wolf, and he's kind of hanging out with him. And he seems like he's just kind of like looking around, like just like sighing a bit. And then he sees Haley and says, "Haley, yeah. What are you doing here?" And then he looks at her jars. Rapon, the poor guy. And who are these people?
We're hired mercenaries who helped her with her passage into adulthood.
He looks at you kind of suspicious, and he signs to her. By signs to her about asking her like what the situation is. Essentially, does it a private thing temporarily. His signing is a little different for other people that I mentioned before. His signing, the way he signs is very slow, kind of and lazy. Like he's just kind of like he just does it like the bare minimum essentially to get the point across essentially. And he's like, okay, I guess these I heard you people that came back from the place, the the Fortress of Frost. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess unfortunately I am obligated to take you on a tour of the Tranquil Times. Please come in when we can. Don't pet the wolf. He will not like you.
Thank you for doing
Grant-
the saying. You've earned one free tour.
Yep.
Yes.
It comes with a free Froger.
Okay.
All right, so he leads you.
At some point during the tour, when he's not looking directly at us, Gordon's going to try and slip the wolf some of the ice bear jerky.
Oh, you are? Okay. Do you want to do that early on, or you want to do it later?
Later on, so we don't get thrown out partway through.
Well, he did say not to pet that. He didn't say not beat it, so it's his fault, clearly.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, he leads you inside, and inside's very unusual. I don't have a map for this, fortunately, but, like, it's not that super unusual, but it's strange. Like, you see all these statues inside, like kind of statues you see outside, but they're smaller, and they seem to look like people, like, not some of the statues of like being like beings that you have never seen before, or creatures that you have never encountered. These are statues that look like the people you've met. Okay, not necessarily people specifically, but like just kind of their general shape.
Their general form.
Shape is forms. Yeah. So you see basically
Yeah.
statues of people that have lived, of ancestors, and a lot of them are glowing essentially. Specifically, you'll find one that's glowing. Looks like just like Rapone, aka looks like his again his brother again as well, which is Ordrin. So and it's like this is where he put this. Where he put it. Haley, can you please give it to me? So she passes him the jar essentially of energy, of Rapone's spirit essentially, and he puts it into the statue, touches it. And the energy essentially transfers over from there into the statue itself. The statue starts glowing. It's kind of like the statues themselves are kind of like a lot of statues. It's not interesting because like a lot of statues, similar to like a lot of other like buildings. Not this building, because this building is kind of a deep opaque like purple. But statues are kind of like a light, like bluish white color. So they're very light and they're translucent. So you can see not all the way through them, but mostly through them. And once the energy enters there, you see the energy inside of it kind of glowing in the middle, like. And you'll hear Rapone talk to you guys. Thank you. That was not an experience I'd recommend to people, but it was necessary.
Can I do a perception check to see if this is like not a parlor trick or anything like that?
Oh, you can check Arcana check. Yeah, do Arcana check. Yeah, see if it's just like some fake
same.
made. Sure, I can do Arcana checks.
Yeah. See how
11. I
got
got
a
plus
13.
8. I got an 11.
Aw. Oh, did you roll? I can't see it.
Or you missed
got
Jimmy
15.
doing 2 natural ones in a row.
Oh yeah, poor
Good, I
guy.
did-
It's not they got a 4, which is not really
Mhm.
great.
But yeah, so 13. I don't know what that does, but yeah.
Okay, maybe I have to refresh because I don't see anything. I'll refresh. Okay. Come on.
Hey, you're seeing it now.
Am I okay? Yeah, okay, I see now.
Yeah, it's showing up on Twitch. So.
All right, cool. Okay, yeah. Well, it's kind of weird because like on Twitch is a separate one. On Twitch, I sign in as Wolf actually.
Oh, gotcha.
And then on mine, I sign in as myself as a DM. So I sign in 2 different ways. So the Twitch one, because that was the way the Twitch one doesn't show everything. The Twitch one show the one showed everything I'm doing. So
Oh, the
some,
behind the screen.
yeah,
stuff.
some of the stuff
Yeah.
which I don't want to show. So that's why I gotta have 2 different ones. So good old Twitch stuff. But yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, your patch was 13, 11. So not bad. Or 13 is Krivdar, and the 19 insight for us. Okay, so Krivdar and Ekrist. The magic seems fairly real. Nothing particularly notable about it. It just energy transfer from one place to another place, and then activating. So the statue itself registers the magic. So you can tell it's like a receptacle for magic. I meant to store it. So this stores the spirit. It seems like. Risk. It's mostly the same for you. It doesn't seem like anything shady going on. Nothing particularly.
I'm not here.
He's
remember.
not there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm thinking
That's a previous one.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so never mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, so basically for the most part, yeah, you guys don't notice anything odd happening. It just seems like what they said happened. You know, the spirit went into there, and process is pretty simple. Just transfer input this, output that. So.
was
Gorin will
yeah.
look up at the spirit and ask, "What's it like being dead?"
Don't I don't really recommend it. It's very strange not to have a body. You know, I mean, carried by people. I saw you guys get to carry my body. I appreciate what you did for me. Like, I wanted the creatures to have me. You know, the nature. So I appreciate you fulfilling my last wishes. So very appreciated.
You're welcome.
And
Your customs are not mine, but I will respect them.
it's very nice of you. I know our place seems very strange to you, as yours ours to it, to be honest. But we did what we could, and I had to do what I had to do. So that is what our life is like. We do what we must to survive and to keep everyone else safe. So that is our way. But yeah, I have to get used to this still. It is not. It's not the way we normally go, but we will have to. When we have a chance, Haley, at some point, I will try to. I've already passed down most of what I know to you, but we need to pass down to the others as well. So, for the rest of you guys, you might not realize. Part of our way is we don't write a lot of things down. Like, we have some written notes, of course, nothing, everything else, but our stories are a lot of our more privileged information. It is it's passed only orally, essentially. We tell these things. We have a kind of a songs. We have our stories. We have our information. You know, magic, some of our magic even, and we teach to whoever we need to do, and they must come here essentially. So they come here to learn from us and from our ancestors, and I will be amongst as well. So at least that one good thing about this is I can be here with my previous ancestors as well. I can talk to them, so I'm not a bit lonely at least. And it is good to see that our traditions never go away. Essentially, we always have them as long as we live, even in spirit. So I don't regret that. I regret nothing essentially, but that's just the way we have to do things. Yes.
Gordon finds that very peculiar, but he keeps his mouth shut.
Kind of the same. I'm just like nodding, like, mm-hmm.
I'm just writing it down.
Okay, it's fine. You write down.
Yes, am I right?
Sure. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it for him. He doesn't say much else.
Gordon wants to do a perception check to see if there's anything that seems like it's areas of the temple we're being like specifically kept away from.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that'd be perception or insight more, but
Insight, maybe insight, yeah.
okay.
Same thing. I'm gonna try to almost like investigate, looking for anything that might look like a hidden door or hidden, you know, something in the walls, something in the floor, the ceiling, anything I can see.
Okay. See, actually, investigation for you, and yours is good. Yeah, that's good, yeah. Not a super high roll, but not bad. Okay, with Gordon's insight, you don't really notice anything particularly. He doesn't particularly hide anything. He seems pretty lazy. He's just kind of like telling you where to go and showing you around, but he's not really trying to like take you certain places. It seems like he's just walking you like the shortest path to get somewhere. Like he's not really trying to like to do a circuit.
He just wants us to get out of here after we're done with our touristy bit.
Yeah, he seems pretty much like Thor who's hates his job kind of thing. Like, and then Ekrist, for your investigation, you notice there's a lot of interesting statues here. Not particularly, and then you don't see any particular like hidden passageways or anything like that, or any doors that seem like they're like off the hidden path. But there is like a statue that's particularly in the middle, or in the middle area. There's more like, I guess you would say more, not enclosed really, but there's statues that seem to be more like they're more important.
More on display, more revered.
They seem more important, yeah, like more sacred, more important.
Okay.
So what's it called? The guy talks to you. He says, "This is Icarus." He just talks to you. Hey, you there? You and the investigator, person. Of what you're looking for. Like, if you need something, just let me know. I can tell you.
I'm sorry. I'm just curious. I'm looking around.
That's fine.
I don't mean to intrude or anything. So just if I go in the wrong spot, you just tell me. I'll back away. I'm sorry.
No, there's no problem here. Like I said, I don't particularly care if I do this part of my job, but I don't have an issue telling you some stuff. You know, if you want to know more, just let me know. I can tell you. Like, I'm at that board. Plus, you people are very interesting people. Like I've never seen the like before, so you know, I wouldn't mind talking.
Well, this I get that because this place is very different for us. There's no place like this where I come from. I'm curious. Can all of the spirits statues talk, or do they only talk to family or special people? I don't want to like just randomly ask a statue like, "Hey, how's it going?" But I'm just curious.
Well, it's very thoughtful of you. Yeah, you can talk to them. Like, just you say hi, whatever. If you want more than one of the ancient statues, then one of the more talkative ones. There's one over there, like in the very middle. Her name is Isiana. She was one of our greatest like people here. She was like a great she was a great crafter, you might say. She created some of the more interesting things here. Specifically, she was the one who well, actually, you better just asking her. She'll talk their ear off. So I'm better off talking to her. So just go to the middle and look at the statue for a woman. She had like a black scarf around her.
I just realized this entire place is basically that rows of heads from Futurama, the Talking Heads.
That guy is.
Pretty much, yeah.
There you go. I see Anna.
I see.
I see.
Gotta do puns when you can.
I was close on that my last one.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
That's good. Yeah. Good. All right.
Gordon will go up, introduce himself briefly to Isiana, and then ask if she knows about any interesting crafting recipes for food.
Okay. So she'll talk to you guys, but when she talks, she doesn't like have a.
I've been here for thousands of years.
Yeah,
I have so much wisdom. And you want a cooking recipe?
All right.
Gordon's got his priorities straight, so.
Here's Grandma's ginger snap recipe, I guess.
So I won't do a special voice for her, but basically she'll tell you, she'll do like she'll talk to you guys, and basically she'll describe her. She'll answer questions and then start talking to you about like her life essentially and about all this stuff about it. So she'll basically how long you want to talk to her, she'll talk to you essentially. She was very inquisitive about you guys and about talking about things. So yeah, she'll tell all sorts of stuff you want to. She'll tell you about recipes they have here, food they have here, about crafting recipes, talking about like basically her history. She used to be one of the people that was like, she was basically like a legendary craftsman. She used to be she was actually the one who figured out how to use the true cold properly, and how to make use of them to ward enemies off, ward people off. She crafted the scarves that people use to create these like silence barriers to help people defend against their place. So she's been around for a long time. It's been like probably hundreds of years. She doesn't know exactly how long. Her sense of time is kind of loose, but basically she's been around
Plus,
for probably.
you don't want to ask a woman her age,
Exactly,
even
it's
when
weird.
she's already dead.
Exactly. Spirit ages are even more sacred. Come on.
Gordon is interested about this true cold flame, so he'll ask how she ended up creating it.
Oh. She didn't create it itself, but she figured out how to make use of it, essentially. There's natural parts of this area. This plane of ice has these areas of true cold, and she basically essentially figured out how to move them essentially into places that are needed. So that's how they ended up creating this city of Abe and that temple and some other places. Essentially, they essentially they found the area of true cold, or they moved it if they needed to temporarily, and then they built the areas around them to essentially survive, to be like hospitable places. Is the areas of true cold essentially will ward off creatures, enemies, that because they're afraid of the cold because it actually hurts them. But for these people with ice essence, it actually works out fairly well. They don't get hurt by it for some reason. The ice essence, despite the fact that they're immune to the ice in general, and they're a little different. She tells you a little bit about their origin essentially, or the place. She's one of the first people who came here essentially and started this place, and this place wasn't like people weren't this. What she'll tell you essentially is that like actually, do a percentage check. I'll do this.
Oh, okay.
She's very talkative, but she's still some version. She's not gonna just like tell you everything. So
do a perception check to see how long I can pay attention.
No. Persuasive to see how.
Oh, persuasion.
Persuasive. See how much more information you get ever. Okay, that's pretty bad.
I'm actually going to burn the inspiration point for that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I mean, you guys can get perception too if you want to, but wow, really? That sucks.
Well,
man.
you proved
It's better, yeah.
I mean, it is better, but yeah.
All right. Well,
She was gonna stop immediately, but then she's gonna pause, and then I'll stop.
I'm gonna do an insight check to see if Gordon is really that bad at persuasion.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, like,
19,
Gordon is like
19.
completely not paying attention to anything she's saying except for the cooking recipes.
Sure.
He's like,
Also-
yeah, history, cold flame stuff. So how do you make those ginger snaps again?
Right? Like, I'm telling you about the history of my people. It's my favorite thing to talk about. You want to talk about cookies? Yes.
Yes.
Go away.
Anyways, so she doesn't go into.
I long for the silence of the grave now.
Well, so she give you a little information, not too much, but basically she'll just say that her people, like a lot of people here, the essence. She should basically also tell you that eventually, the essences that are from this plains, hers and the other ones, like you met the license from the Fairy Wild, and there are other planes you'll meet eventually as well. They're not like. She'll tell you that they weren't there. They weren't always there essentially. In that sense, at
Yeah,
some
they
point,
weren't originally from this place.
yeah, so they weren't born in the same. They weren't like born from this plane itself. So at some point, something
Okay.
changed, and they came to be, however that is. They don't have more information from that, but maybe later in the future you'll find out if you try to talk to her or some other person that has information. Some other,
Alright.
but yeah,
Can I ask her a question about the tournament, or
Sure.
does she not know anything about
you can try
that?
to ask her. See, maybe you don't know if the tournament's been around since then, but you ask her, see if she says. So, what do you
Yeah.
ask her?
I'm gonna just be like, yeah, hi, we're here participating in a realm fighting tournament. Are you familiar at all with the champions that we might be fighting?
Ah, that's the prism. That has been around for a long time too. It's been going on for a while, and the results have been interesting, I think, at least for the person who orchestrated it. But hopefully they will find the information they need out of it to do what's necessary. Whatever it is and is, I don't know exactly. But the current people, I don't know who this people would be. Unfortunately, I'm not. No one tells me like, "Hey, we're going to fight in the tournament soon. Give me information." So I've not got anything specific about who the current champions are. But yeah,
They don't roll the TV cart in front of them so they can enjoy
Yeah.
the TV from now and again.
Gordon perks up a little bit as he fishes jotting down the recipes. It's like, I remember the previous tournament had special quirks in the arena. Do you know about any quirks in this arena?
yes, all the arenas have special things going on with them. Like they're all unique. They have unique special things going on with them. Some may call it gimmicks, some may call it mechanic. Essentially, they're all special things happening in each fight. This is to show you off. Make sure that you can adapt to situations that you're not. Partially to deal with that adaptive situations are part of it. If you want to find out about the arena ahead of time to prepare for it. So I don't know if the arena has changed since my time, but I can tell you a little bit about it if you want.
Sure. Toss in with the snaps recipe. Goes back to Ryan.
Like,
I'll give her while you're writing down the recipe. I'll just give her a quick rundown of what we as a group have done so far, with only a little bit of embellishment about how good we are.
Sure.
Just like 10%.
she's fascinated. She's like, "Oh, that's awesome." She's like,
Yeah.
"That's an interesting story." That is interesting. This is the world you come from, huh? You came here from the Feywild. You came here in the ice plane. Now are you telling about the previous planes too, or are you telling her this plane only?
Well, I'll give her the quick we were pulled here pretty much against our will,
Sure.
and then entered into this tournament. We're not really
And
sure
also
why.
it's like, wow, that cat lady's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Cat lady.
well, alright. So she'll okay. That is interesting. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, the tournament should be voluntary. It shouldn't be forced on you. So it's a little confused by that, but I will say whatever I don't know what's going on then. But this specific place for our arena fight, I shouldn't tell you too much about it because you are going to face champions in my arena. But to give you some information, because you did ask, I will tell you that what you've learned here from our people, probably like the statues, are going to be part of that fight as well. So that should be enough to go off of. So just saying, what you've learned a bit about the statues are going to help you perhaps in the fight itself. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
And I'll ask. I understand this is where you are. This is where you exist. Is there anything that you wish someone could bring to you, whether that be an item or a story? If I ever have it in my power to do so, maybe I could bring it to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Interesting. What would I go on from you guys? So, would you come back? You mean like somewhere you have it that you have on you?
I could come back and recite a story, or if there's some item you're looking for that I happen to come across, I could always bring it to you. I'm just curious.
Well, for me,
It seems like you have a fine
And a radio,
afterlife,
music theater.
but you can't travel, as I understand it. So I was just wondering if you
yeah.
ever wish there was just one thing maybe you could have. A
If it's-
picture on the wall that you could look at. Something, I don't know. Anything.
You want to put cat pictures hanging there?
Hang in there, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you like a copy of Magic Mike?
Well, maybe gets lonely here sometimes, but even can't we don't have bodies, but
Just roll a TV and just play Frozen on the
Oh no,
Frozen
that's
stage.
torture.
Piano.
That's torture now. That's torture.
It's like, well,
It'll just loop Frozen 1 and 2, including Olaf's little adventure
Yeah.
thing in between.
and then yeah, if next time we come back to the Tranquil Times, everyone will commit suicide. But like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wipe out the entire race.
All the statues are just broken, but from ruptured from the inside, from their own
Yes.
spiritual essence.
Okay.
We found their weakness, boys. Let's go.
Just
Have you
keep
seen the
singing
movie
Let It
Morbius?
Go.
I'm just wondering.
It's Morbid time. Okay. All right. So she says, "Well, I mean, I don't want any item for myself personally. I don't think we need anything like that. But any stories you could tell, I would greatly appreciate it. The more information we have, the better. I can teach it to the people, my people here, and anything you can use to help the city of Abe, do their job better, or just be safe. I would appreciate all the more. So, like I said, story-wise, anything stories you can tell me about your place, your plans, anything we can learn about them, what we would liked.
Gordon will recite his steak kebab recipe to her because it seems like Haley liked it.
But you eat it. You heat it up first. Since I don't
It's
understand.
part of it. You can't do it otherwise.
Well, we barbecue. Well, barbecue. I guess this is odd. We cook food with cold as well. So I don't know. I guess you can do it with fire. It just makes sense. And fire exists, right? So we just don't like the taste of it usually, or like the touch of it much more than anything else. But we don't hate fire. It's just not what we're used to.
It's probably a good thing Risk wasn't there, because it's like his logical scientific mind be like, you cook with cold. It's like, how the fuck does that work?
I mean, they forge is cold too, so it's similar.
Like, yeah, it's like nothing here makes sense.
Freeze dried.
Yeah, there you go.
Freeze dried
There you
jerky.
I guess.
Oh. Yeah, so
Cooking requires heat. It's like using cold is the exact opposite of that. It's like, how does that work? Like, I don't
Have
like
you
it
felt
here.
pain before?
Just a transfer of energy.
yeah.
Yes.
All right. You guys want to ask him anything else, or talk to the guy, the tour guy, or the what I do with the wolf?
At this point, Gordon's going to attempt to sneak some of the jerky to the wolf.
Okay. So the wolf looks at you kind of odd. Can you do a nature check?
Oh,
Well, hold on. I'm also gonna be there helping him, trying to befriend the wolf too.
okay.
This be animal handling?
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh,
Holy
that's
fuck.
right. That's why me see nature? I forgot there's actually a check called animal handling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I'm actually good at animal handling, so let me give that a shot then.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say do animal handling or nature, whatever you're better at.
Let me see here.
Animal handling by
Yeah.
a significant margin.
Nice. Okay, you got 16 again. And what's yours, Rian?
Rolling it now too.
I'm not gonna bother.
Oh, we're both good.
Hey!
Come on, you can do it, Krivdar. I believe in you.
Not one
Okay,
incoming.
It's like, oh, they could negative
Oh, nice. Nat 20.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Nat 20. Dice. Okay.
made
so-
up
So
for
I'm gonna
before.
take a brush and try and brush the wolf's hair.
Okay, sure. Okay, so the wolf sees you guys coming to it, and it's kind of like strange at you there. He's like, doesn't know what to do about it.
Yeah, three individuals, and then one guy's like brushing it. It's like, You feed him jerky.
So what happens is Gordon and Renan start going after Gordon.
Quick question.
Sure.
Do I know what's going on? Is this pretty obvious?
Oh yeah,
what's going
yeah.
on?
No, one does stealthily. So
It's
Yeah.
As the jerky is being reached out, I command my owl Vowel to dive in and grab it out of your hand and fly up to the roof.
oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
DM, I want you to roll to see if you can have the wolf snap at the owl, just because like you're stealing my food.
Well, so let's do this. So let's do this. Let's have let's do a.
This is a weird conflagrance of
Okay,
events. Now.
let's do the equivalent of attack roll. So if you do attack roll for your bird, I'll do attack
Yep,
roll
I'm
for
trying to find
the
it in here.
for the doggy.
What has he got to attack? Okay. So that's for. Oh, he rolls a 17.
Oh,
to hit.
I rolled a 16.
Nice.
God damn it.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so basically what happens is, so Renan and Gordon are both start moving slowly over to the wolf and start putting a hand out with food. The wolf starts kind of looks back a bit and it's kind of weird, kind of doesn't know how to react to you guys. It kind of arches back a bit and like leans back. But as he tries to do that, Krivdar
Wow.
starts brushing it in the back
Okay.
and it distracts him with the brushing. It starts to like it. It's like, oh, this is actually nice. I don't know what to do about this. And it sees the food coming toward it. And it sort of relaxes a bit, and as the food is coming to it, the bird dive bombs one of the two jerkies, and he grabs it and it takes it out of the air. So
He'll do like a little circle and then land on my shoulder.
Sure.
And I'll just take it out of my hand and eat it.
and then the wolf dives at you.
well, the wolf still got one because he got one of the two. There's two of them, so if you had one, then he would have got all of them. But you guys gave two, so the wolf eats. I guess it'd be Renan's case. Gordon's got stolen. Renan's Renan did a little better with his animal handling. So Renan gets Renan's jerky. And he starts eating it. It's like, and it's kind of like just chewing, like you put like peanut butter in a dog's mouth and it starts chewing like kind of strange, like it doesn't know how to chew. It's like tilts his head a lot. Doesn't know how to chew properly, but initially, but like it's not using jerky specifically, but like but then it seems to gnaw on it just fine, and it kind of like, kind of gives it a low grunt of like approval, and it seems to be happy now because it's been fed, it's been brushed.
While it's eating, I slowly put my hand on his head
Okay,
and start to pet it.
okay, that's fine.
Cats dominate animal.
I'll have to speak with animals and stuff that helps too, but yeah, I mean, it seems to accept it, and it seems pretty mollified by the thing. It was initially very hesitant to talk to you guys, but it seems pretty relaxed now, kind of relaxed now, with all the good rules. So it's fairly relaxed, and then the person looks at you guys and says, "Oh, that's what's surprising. Usually my buddy here is not so friendly with strangers, but I guess he likes you guys. I don't know what you did,
That's what he ate.
Weird. Well, you don't know. Maybe.
You don't know.
Hey, well, if you want to pick petting, you can, I guess. But is there anything else you want to do in the temple, or can you want to take you out and keep petting the dog?
I'm pretty much done here. What about the rest of you?
Yeah.
We should find Risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
Yeah, meanwhile, so what have to risk? You're just starting your crafting journey.
Yeah, I want to. Like, how much time has passed since like I split off and they did their whole thing?
Maybe like an hour, not much time.
Okay, so I probably wouldn't be able. I'd probably only be able to get like maybe one thing done if depending on how well I do.
Sure,
Or let's get started.
Sure, just also you can always work later. You can always work like later on the day or whatever. Because
Yeah. I kind of want to get started on the pitchfork thing, which the only thing I can find the equivalent of is like maybe a trident in the inventory thing. So just make him kind of like a trident made out of like the Ramirez's like animal parts, with maybe tipped with some of at least like 3 of the fangs from the Yeti, the tines. So like it has some kind of like at least either a +1 or an ice vector. At least get started on that process.
Okay, cool. Sure, you can definitely do that.
So, whatever you want me to like roll to like see how well I do on that, or
Yeah, so for craft checks, I guess since it's probably dexterity based. So
would you be a smith tool or?
I guess sorry, you use smith tools. Yeah, you have tools for that. I forgot. Yeah, I use smith tools.
Yeah.
Use smith space that way
Okay.
because you have that already. So this doesn't require. Oh, man,
Ooh.
plus 10 next. Oh, 2.
12.
Hmm.
The lowest I can get without outright failing,
Sure.
basically.
Ouch.
Okay,
Do you
well,
have your
no,
inspiration?
like-
Do you want your inspiration? Or-
I already used it before.
Was it- okay.
So,
Okay.
That's
I
fine.
wasn't sure.
Mhm.
and nobody's here to like guide me or anything. So it's just,
Yep.
it's just all me.
okay.
So-
So yeah, so you started your attempt. It's not going well initially, but like there are people there
Well,
you talk to.
It's a slow start, like in at least one of the legs to like be part of like the shaft of the thing.
Yeah, so you started on the
Or-
shaft.
Actually, you did want me to just beef up the pitchfork, didn't you, Brandon? Or did you want me to just make you a brand new weapon? I don't know what you.
Yeah,
So
make
you-
me a brand new weapon that is more agile,
Okay.
lighter, not
Okay,
as
so-
unwieldy.
Yeah,
I,
so-
I assume like using like the legs from the Ramirez, like just like be part of the shaft.
yeah, if you want
Oh.
to, if you want to,
It's up to you.
if you want,
It's your-
if you want to make it more hollow and more light as well, you can probably use some of the
Yeah.
bird stuff you got. Maybe you got some of the bird bones, whatever is bird bones, to
Yeah.
give it light, hollow. So you can use some of that stuff to like try to craft like a more thick,
Well-
dense, somewhat dense, but like still,
Yeah.
light. Base.
Yeah. I probably like use like that as the base and maybe like put like some like metal banding around it to like reinforce it a little. So it will have like at least to like help with like the weight counterbalance kind of thing. So it's not so light it's just gonna fly out of his hand
Sure.
or something like that. But at least has a counterbalance to it.
Okay. And if you're there, you can talk to the people there, the crafting confines. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of other like artificers there, or not artificers, crafters there. There's Avala, she's there too. If you want to talk to her, so if you want to talk to people and ask people to help or whatever to use, because
Yeah,
the process
like-
here is different from we're used to, for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
basically because of your role, basically we'll say like you're really confused at how people do their crafting here, and it throws you off what
Yeah.
people do
Like,
their weird ass things.
How would you forge with cold? I don't get it.
But they start teaching, start looking at you, and if you ask questions to them, they'll try to teach you their ways a bit. They're not trying to like conserve information from you. Like they'll
Yeah.
they see you outside.
I just went all basically hot shit. Like I know how to do this. I've made shit before.
Sure.
And then it's like, what do you mean this is Windows 95? Who uses that anymore?
Okay. Okay, so you guys are done, I guess.
Much as I can get it done in an hour, unless they want to just leave me here for a few more hours. I don't know like what time of the day it is.
It's fairly early still. Like it's the equivalent of noon. Like so, like you guys come back. You guys like woke up around like 8 or something, equivalent 8, and like you got back like around like
Okay.
11, and then you just been done an hour since you guys been here. So
Let's go find Risk, guys. Where did he go? He said something about a blacksmith. Let's find that.
Yes.
Sounds like a
You'll
plan.
probably find me like it's like, what do you? I don't get it. It's cold. You need something to heat it to make it valuable. How does cold? That makes it brittle. You don't. What? just be having a conniption fit with the artificers there.
also, remember you'd have one of their ice wreaths they used to actually craft to put around their objects to like keep it stable and
That's right.
so.
Yeah, I'm not like that'll be like the finishing touch of it. I'm not
Sure.
even there yet
Yeah.
on that.
Fair enough,
process,
fair enough, yeah.
clearly.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's basically my whole thing now. So that's basically where they come and find me. It's just in the middle of that, like just. But like
Cursing.
I've spent an hour just trying and failing. Somebody's talking with me and they're explaining how it works, and I'm just freaking out. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So I'm just gonna pop in the doorway and be like, "I see you're trying to make a weapon. Do you want some help?"
We got
And
lots
just-
of magical
You
help
just hear
to
like the
assist you with.
creaking of my neck, like. Sure. How well can you forge something? Go ahead, show me.
I'm gonna just pick up a hammer, whatever's there, and just start knocking at it. I guess.
Just a little kid on the side with like little blocks and a hammer, just like I'm helping.
Exactly.
It's like I can't stay mad at you.
Mm.
He's too cute. Come on.
Pretty
Well, Risk, maybe this will help you out. Gorno, reach out, touch him on the shoulder. I cast Enhance Ability.
Oh, nice.
okay.
That's really
That-
Counter spell. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I would need the intelligence one.
All right, Fox's Cunning it is.
Just move the map, but it's fine.
Oh,
So I'll give it another
see
shot with
before.
advantage this time.
I don't have a map fortunately for this specifically. I'll just put a map. Basically, just putting you base closer to where you're at. Yeah. Also, I fixed your stuff, Jamie. I forgot you rejoined the room, so I redid the browser. That's your camera's back on now.
I give him if I can still give him guidance with that too.
Yeah,
I mean, sure.
yeah, you can stack guidance and enhance ability.
I've already did amazing with
God.
that advantage, but let's see. Oh,
32.
32.
And I use the
I
help
hold
action.
the weapon of the gods.
That's impressive.
Poseidon himself will look on in envy and horror at
What,
what I have made.
what kind of thing are you doing? Maybe I have a spell where I can throw some sort of magic into it. I don't know.
Like, I am making a trident that basically will cause cold damage, and I think at this
Call it cold
level, I
damage?
probably, it's
I'll
basically
throw
going
a
to
frostbite cantrip into it.
Sure, it helps. There you go.
because basically it's going to be the leg from the Ramirez as like the base for the shaft, like reinforced with maybe some iron bars, just like to reinforce and also add some weight to it for some heft. So it's still light, but at least it can give him good momentum on a swing if he needs it, or the thrust. And then for the tines, I'm going to basically do a combination of spikes and fangs from the Yeti. So spikes from the Ramirez, fangs from the Yeti, and then a combination of the frostbite for added cold. So I'm hoping if you'll allow maybe at least a +1 with cold damage.
Yeah, with that crazy 32 gold, yeah, you're able to get a +1 weapon pretty easily, and like I said, with cold damage. Well, we'll say it adds 1d6 cold damage on top of it. So basically, yeah, you basically ice trident.
It'd be Renan who would want to do it. So you're basically looking for a +1 trident, and you can do some custom stuff if you want to, like add the
yeah, because remember, like you don't really attack much. He only attacks very rarely, physically, but like you can you throw it if you want to. You can I don't know. You can make something else if you want to. You can craft other magic items you want to that helps the team. But yeah, basically, like, you guys with your crazy teamwork and stuff, we basically Voltron this and like all you work together to make it a crazy good roll, and you're able to create this pretty amazing item. Like I said, you started out with you're like, I don't get this stuff. This is stupid. This cold sucks. I don't understand it. And then now you're like, I got this. It's like you basically you see like an exclamation mark above your head. Oh, I got it now. And all comes to you now. You understand it perfectly.
Yeah.
So
How may I assist you, adventurer?
Pretty much.
So many.
So just for now, but I'll do it later on. I'll customize it. I'll just put a trident +1.
Yep.
Yeah. And then just like adding like just remember like a D6 cold damage on top of it.
Okay, D6 cold damage. Let me write that down.
Because like it does 1d6 +1 plus whatever your modifier is on that.
Exactly.
And then you get an additional 1d6, or you could do a 1d8 if you're using two-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's versatile. So yeah.
Yeah. So
if you're not wearing a shield or anything, then yeah, you can do that.
So you basically have and of course I made sure it was to his size. I'm not gonna make a full pitchfork thing. It's like, here, an adult size, human size pitchfork for your tiny body.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it so that it's like the custom one, so it's using one of my other properties.
So it's basically it's like a bug leg reinforced with like. Also, yeah, I would like add like the ice sheath to like kind of give like that weird cool icy sheen effect to it.
Sure, you can. Yeah, no problem at all.
I basically went full ham. It's like I've got enhanced ability guidance. Like I have all the inspiration I need.
Pretty much. You feel the power of your friends within you.
The power of friendship.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I'll let you
Nice.
figure out the name of it since it's your. It's
No,
be
you
your-
made it. You have to. You have
Oh.
to name it.
God, what would I name this thing?
You could let me know later.
Yeah, there's no rush.
Well, it would probably be like I don't want to say like Poseidon's Revenge. Almost like it's like something against Poseidon or something like that.
Sure. You say that. You like.
Poseidon's Bane, we'll just say.
All right.
There you go.
Simon's Bane.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll customize that later.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Risk.
You're welcome.
Looks-
Now that I know about like the whole process here, I might later on, once before we leave, use the carapace to like boost anybody who needs it, who can wear armor, like to get like a fire resistance on themselves, because because we're going to eventually go to the fire plane, so we're going to want like fire resistance kind of stuff on us.
Well, because remember, once you have fire plane, you'll be immune to fire, but they won't use fire against you. Just like basically, each plane won't use their type of elemental against you unless they have special version of that. Like example, like there's true cold here, true cold burns through.
True fire somewhere else.
So if there's something else true fire, that would burn through. That would burn fires, the fires that you have there. So, but still.
Well, not so much like for the environment, but like if somebody actively attacks us with fire.
Well, it's the same. So it's the same. Like so when people, the reason why you're not being attacked by ice attack in general, and here is because you're immune to ice. So and everything here is immune to ice. So no, and that, I mean, ice isn't like the weather. I mean, ice is like actual elemental damage. So you actually are immune to ice while you're here, and you're immune to fire damage while you're in fire plane. Oh. But you can still you can still have that for other places, and some places might use multiple elements.
Like, not to attack us with ice. Then it's like, this is all I have. I can't. Why? Well, they're basically gods.
Well, yeah, it's the thing. But the thing is, everything here is immune to ice. All the creatures are. So that's why I liked in the beginning that you fought that super creature. It did lightning to you.
I'm thinking like I had for like the tournament, like if we're actually against combatants.
No, it's anyone as long as you're in that plane, you basically get that stuff. And so, like I said, because you need to survive that area and all. Like, if you're not immune to ice and you're in an ice plane, you die. Basically, that's basically how bad it is. Like it's basically much more. It's not like being on Hoth or something where it's super cold. It's like extreme cold. Like the planes are very very extreme in their not just weather but like the elements. So like it's basically like you have to be immune to ice. If you're not immune to ice, you go to basically if someone goes to a portal they don't know about and like they go to plane ice and they end up there, they're just dead. They're gonna die pretty fast because they're gonna get frozen over. Like and not just because like I said the cold, but because the actual ice will hit them.
Real quick though, Renan, you have a -1 to attack.
Yeah.
+1 weapon. I just looked at it.
+1 weapon, which means you have a -2.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. So his So the weapon we made for him essentially, we made a light for him for a reason. So it's basically equivalent. For you, to use your dexterity modifier. So you'll have to change it later. But you have to change changes to use your dexterity, not your strength. So,
I know. That's why I'm going to. That's what. What should I put? But for right now, just to make it simpler.
Well, in customize, you put like to hit override. So you probably like put like a +2 or something.
+2. Okay, I'll do that right now.
At least so you get the +1.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it now.
And also for damage bonus, it would be a +1.
Nice. Wow.
You're swinging your dagger around very clumsily.
Yeah, it's like I'm just watching you like practice. Like I made you a masterpiece. No, it's fine. It's fine. You asked me to make it for you. I did. I did my job. But
never again.
we are. Oh, this is why you don't use it.
Yeah, like as you're swinging around, it like falls down your foot. It doesn't pierce anything, but it's like ow.
It's the equivalent of like the little kid with like the strainer cauldron on his head and the windsword. It's like I will fight the dragon.
Pretty much.
That's why I use spells.
Yep. That's why he's nice. Yeah. This is more backup than anything else, but yeah.
Yeah.
Attack of opportunities.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Now it gives you a +2. Okay, that's weird.
Well, we'll fix it later.
Yeah. I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to me later. We'll figure out how it works.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's still just. It's still. Just
And like
funny.
I don't know if you have proficiency in Trident, but if you have proficiency,
Yeah,
in
like what's your
weapons, it should
proficiency for
be,
weapons?
It should be plus quite a bit more.
Yeah.
Simple weapons.
Simple weapons? Oh.
I believe Trident.
might work in
Trident's simple. I'm not sure. Trident's.
Nah, Trident say martial.
Well, to be fair, I'm only using that as like the base. So yeah, well, yeah, it's like it's probably like a martial weapon. I'm betting.
It's okay. I'll start to figure it out, but basically we'll make it something decent. Because it's already modified to like be a lighter weapon. Like so.
It's basically just for flavor, but it's technically just a simple farming tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just looks like a Trident. That's all. Really. But yeah.
What if it's a short sword with 2 little prongs in the end, almost like a Klingon, like Dot Tog, and then you could use it as a short sword?
Okay, I'm not that that type of person who would just forge Trident. I think I can make that out of a short sword. Why not?
Sure.
I'm just thinking flavor-wise.
Sure.
I know.
Anyway.
All right. You guys want to do anything else, or are you gonna go start the feast stuff?
Probably the feast, unless Risk wants to like purchase more materials here before we go to the feast.
I know I wanted to buy. Oh no, I wanted to buy paper before, but I already did that
Okay.
last session, I think, or the session before. Actually, did I ever roll to like find out if I could like draw? I forget the leader guy's name.
Origin.
Yeah,
Origin.
you
Did I
got,
ever draw
like-
his face?
Yeah, you did like a really well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was an intelligence check, something like that.
Yeah.
you-
Okay,
I remember
just
you
wanna
did
make
it
sure.
Because before
Or
we
did
went
I
off
just
with
not just
Haley
memorize-
to the temple.
Yeah, I think. Did I just do it to memorize his face, or did I actively like draw it? Because I don't remember which one. Because I know I did something. I just don't know if I drew it or just tried to remember his face in detail.
I think you remembered. I don't think you should. I'm not sure if you actually drew. I
Wait,
can't
weren't you trying to use the magic paints to draw a fake version
Well,
of his
I would
head?
want.
Yeah.
Well, I would want to just draw it in general as like a baseline, so that
Oh.
when we have time, when we get back, I can just do the thing in Magic Paint when we're back at home base.
All I remember is either way you did it, you do remember it like in full detail. I think you rolled
Yeah.
Okay.
a natural 20 or
Super high.
something.
Yeah, you
Okay,
did very well with your roll.
I will wait until like we're about to go sleep for the evening when we have some privacy to then start drawing Origins' face on a piece of paper as like a baseline.
Okay, got it.
Like not with the magic paint, just to at least do a sketch for a base before I actually put it to actual magic ink.
Got it.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So that'll be for later. But,
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I need to do anything or buy any other materials. I think I'm good. Plus, I think I bought a bunch of like crafting materials, stuff like that. So I'm like not dipping too far into what I've used.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I guess then we guys go to the feast. So I guess what happens, we'll do our break, huh?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Also, yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes or something, because we can start again at an hour probably. But I'll be back before then.
Perfect.
But yeah, yeah. All right, cool.
All right.
Okey-dokey.
Bathroom time.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right. See you guys in a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll be back. Let's see. Beauty. I'm not sure what it is, but I noticed the stream it's making just static noise.
The stream itself?
Yeah. It's just static noise on the stream. I don't know what's going on.
I couldn't tell you.
Bizarre. What would that be the case?
Well, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I spoke to, before Twitch was Twitch, it was called Justin TV. I don't know if you're aware of that, but, and they said that streaming was so difficult, like, because like it only go a certain range, and you had to put out like these antennas. It was pretty wild. This is what the older streamers would tell me.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, I heard about that a little bit. Like, it's it's annoying.
We've came a long way, as they say.
Huh. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with the stream. Why is it making noise? Just like I hear static on the stream. Just permanent static.
Let me take it off mute.
Yeah, let me see also.
Yeah, I'm hearing that as well when I've got it off mute, so.
What did I do to cause that?
What's that statue all the way in the top right-hand corner? I'm just wondering.
Me?
Yeah.
Over. Oh, here.
Yeah.
That's Molly Mock from Critical Role.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
'Cause I had no idea what it was, so I was like, what is that? I'll just ask him.
Give me 1 second.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's very detailed.
There it is.
Oh, the nice statue.
Very nice.
Who-
Yes.
Who does the voice for that character?
The nice statue.
Taliesin
Very
Jaffe.
nice. Ah, okay. The voice for that character.
The nice
Cool.
statue.
Yeah. Well, he did for a while, and then Matthew Mercer took over for him.
Mm.
Won't
Yeah.
say how or why, but something.
We'll spare you
happened.
the spoilers.
Yeah, in case you ever want to watch it.
Oh yeah, please. Was this for season 1 though?
Season 2.
2.
Okay, yeah, please. Hold on.
It was for like the first, I think, 30 episodes, give or take.
Oh yeah. No, never mind.
Then Ashley Birch comes in as a guest, and then things went south pretty quickly.
Mm.
No, I know what you're talking about. Then.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched any of the other shows in the early Geek and Sundry days. I don't know if you ever watched. When you would see Felicia Day come out and do like a sketch, if it wasn't with her brother, it seemed like she was always like so frantic, and I was just like, "Oh wow, this lady does it all, doesn't she?" That lady just like puts in so much effort; it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like-
she's definitely done a crazy amount of shows, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, as you know, Critical Role was on Geek and Sundry. That's why I'm referencing it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now it's dedicated.
She showed up in like a couple of
Yeah, she was a guest.
Not quite like
character in
one shots,
Critical
but
Role.
yeah, she was a guest character for like a few episodes.
Nice.
Yeah, it was between like the first like opening arc they did before the Briarwood arc.
Yeah, it was Slayer's
it was
Stake
the-
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. There was I've never watched Critical Role, but I know of it. And there was a show that was on before it. It was called Gather Your Party,
Oh,
and I watched it all the time. It was my favorite show. And people used to come into the chat room and be like, "When does Critical Role start?" And that used to just get me so angry. So like people would come in and they'd be like, "When does Critical Role start?" And I'd be like, "What's Critical Role?" You know, and then they would be like, "You don't know what Critical Role is, bro?" And they'd be like, "Oh, I know. I just didn't like you coming in and interrupting my show."
right. I get you.
It was funny though. You know,
Joking,
playfulness,
teasing,
not like
humor,
angry.
yeah.
It wasn't, you know, mean or anything.
Wednesday night, Geek and Sundry had like a movie review show. You had Hector Navarro and Adam Flavic and Erica Ishii was on there. And same thing. That half the chat is when's Critical Role on. So they actually had like a bot every like 2 minutes say Critical Role's on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific or whatever.
That's true. That's true. The
I mean, in hindsight, probably 95% of their subscribers were because of Critical Role.
Yeah.
most likely.
Well, that was one reason I think I switched over to like Alpha because they're like on there as well because it had that plus the book club, Alpha Book Club, and the Wednesday club.
Oh yeah, by that time Felicia had already sold it to
Yeah,
Right.
I think it was
who
like
was it?
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate. Yeah.
Yeah. Part of another parent company, Legendary.
Yeah,
Legendary.
that's what it was. Yeah, not Lionsgate. It was Legendary.
It's very interesting.
But yeah.
I didn't.
then-
The only thing I watched on Geek and Sundry was Thrashtopia,
Oh yeah.
which was a great show.
Yeah.
Like this was before I knew who like Maud was or anything like that.
To be fair though, there was like
but-
a lot of good shows in there, but it's like a lot of them like ran their course pretty early, but they kept going.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like you're running out of materials for like what like where to go.
Yeah.
That could be said for a lot of shows. I mean,
Yeah.
Of course.
Smallville behind me, like that ran on for too long. Supernatural is another show that ran on for too long, but they kept going anyway.
Yeah, it's one of those issues of like the content is good for a bit, but things need to have an ending point. However, the corporations behind them are like, no, you just keep milking that cow until it runs dry. So,
And that's how you get soap operas that run for 30 years.
yeah.
That
I
just
don't
keep
know-
recycling basically the same plot line over and over with just different characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched the Jenny Ortega SNL, but there's a sketch where she plays a superhero, and it's one of my favorite sketches. It's so funny, and it's like, did you ever watch Channel 13 where they do school versus school and trivia contests? Okay. Well, anyway, so it's Professor Xavier's School for the Gifted versus like regular kids.
Oh,
And they don't, the mutants don't know any of the questions because they don't study like the regular kids do. It's very funny.
even though the irony is like the X-Men kids do study other things, it's just they also learn how to use their powers.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about in the sketch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, in the sketch, yeah, it's like they're just like, I only know how to fight and use my powers to save the world.
it's very funny. Like, but someone was like, "Oh, they drug out the bit too long," and I was like, I thought it was hilarious. But, you know,
Yeah, it was funny. I enjoyed it too. Just especially seeing how their extreme reactions to like everything. Like, it's one of those things where it's like Xavier was kind of acting like a super, like, crazy like what was it like what are they called, like those moms that are like crazy competitive about their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, they give a kid with mistakes, and they're like, how dare you, basically, you failed all of us, like.
Yeah, basically those pageant moms kind of thing.
Yeah, there's.
let me just see if that works.
Oh, I have fun. I lost it.
Maybe I have to.
All right.
Is my video out again or no?
Your video's out. I don't know why. Before I fixed it because basically happens you refreshed, I guess, and then I had to and when I refreshed it, I had to do a new link for ops. I'm not sure what the deal is now. Did you refresh it or is it just something else?
I was gonna refresh it if it's not working. I just
Well,
couldn't
also,
tell.
is your
That's why I asked.
camera shown to be turned on in the room?
Boom.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're fine. Yeah. I don't know what the issue with the static is.
Hell invisibility.
Yeah, see, there you go. You're fine.
Yeah, I don't know why it does it, but it does it.
Yeah, I don't get the issue with the sorry, I don't get the issue with the static, but whatever. I can't do anything about it right now. Not important. It kind of ruins it, but whatever.
That does remind me of like this bit though with like talking about X-Men about Patton Oswalt where he was going off of like how absurd like the Avengers is and X-Men something like that. They'll just take in anybody. It's like, oh, I see you can jump rope really well. How would you like to fight Ultron?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you play a mean game of tetherball. How about you fight Magneto?
There's no magnets in the tetherball.
No.
Right? Exactly.
It's true. We got Avenge, so
Right.
Oh, I probably haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say anything. Never mind.
Okay.
The new Shazam.
no, I haven't seen
I have not seen it yet.
I haven't
Ben
seen
Davis.
Again, I'm not going to comment on anything on it then. But
the first one yet, so
okay, no worries.
Fair enough. I really like the first one, but fair enough.
Oh yeah, well, the guy who plays Shazam is very good. Zachary Levi, I think is his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, Maud posted a party with him a few nights ago when it released, I guess. Let's be nice.
I think
Right.
Alex and Zachary are quite the friends. You know, like I wouldn't say that they're like best of friends, but they're pretty well known with each other.
good acquaintances at least.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's kill some dragons. Okay.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Or
Kidding.
cause a
No dragons.
diplomatic situation or an international incident.
Mhm.
Okay.
Whichever comes first.
Sorry, I fix this quickly.
Make
All right, cool.
I think what we're doing now, we're just waiting to do a feast.
Yep. So basically, so now at this point, you guys have the feast is basically gonna begin. So it's gonna be a bunch of like, I do I expect a feast. A lot of food, a lot of drinking, a lot of dancing, singing, all sorts of crazy stuff, and they're gonna be on their own enclosed area, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, so this is probably gonna be the rest of it for the session. But we'll do whatever we can for it. However you guys want to. Basically, this is probably more about you guys, about what you want to do. So you just let me know what you want to do. But I'll give you a quick explanation of what like the stuff you'll see is, and then after you guys just go wherever you want to go and talk to whoever you want to talk to.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, we're really pretty loose in that respect. So yeah, basically, basically going to this, you guys are going to like where the crowd keep essentially, and they'll have a giant room, basically equivalent like a ballroom, I think in terms of size, so it's big area, banquet hall, and big size area, and there's tons of tables and everything everywhere, and it's designed such that the area is basically the tables are all around the room, like inside. So basically, like the room is square, and then there's a square of tables and chairs that are all like basically like inner square. It's like maybe 2 feet or so from the edge of the room, and all across the room. So the entire room is basically filled with like there's a square of tables that creates there's tables that are essentially create a square all along the room, bottom left, right, top side, everywhere, and then the middle's open for people to dance and talk and do whatever else in. So but otherwise the tables are all connected together. So it's like this perfectly aligned, at least for now, square.
It was like, wait, is it like, oh, so it's not like one long table, it's just like a square.
It's a bunch of tables that are put
tables.
together. You go to like a convention or something, and they have multiple tables that are connected together. Like they're not tables that are separate,
okay.
but they're just pushed together so they can stay together. So they push a ton of tables together to create the square in the room. Basically, create a giant square, and basically
That's a square.
So it's kind of like a Renaissance medieval like big square of tables, kind of banquet hall kind of thing.
sure, I guess do that. It's probably a good example. Yeah.
Is this made out of ice or is this all wood or something.
Oh, so
Like
the actual material is not ice. It's the material is like actually like woods and metals. Like it depends on the table, but like most of them are gonna be woodish tables. Like there are a bunch of
Gotcha.
trees in the area, so they can't use trees. But the trees are it's a little weird though because it's not like normal trees. There are trees like because basically like, again because of the whole um, each plane being very
It's permafrost trees.
basically yeah you can think about it that way. Basically the trees always have like this kind of like element of ice to it. Like it's not like a not made of ice, but like it's got ice essentially sheen ice like or ice like properties to it of some kind. So it's you can think of a lot of like our trees stuff like a normal like sycamore or oak or whatever tree, but like has a kind of property to it. Like either it's like it's got like a different color or it's like it's got a more smooth finish and a very smooth like icy finish essentially, or like or just looks different or smells different too. Like it's just a lot of things are similar to what you expect, but they are modified in some way. There's not the property on top of it to make it otherworldly, essentially.
What does this look like? Is it like there's like tables and you go sit and eat and people serve you, or
Well-
is it like a smorgasbord where
well-
you're just gonna go grab stuff?
Well, for so far, it seems like people are just getting to sit down, so they're gonna probably have like a speech or whatever, and then they're gonna, and then so basically you can't really tell that much, but like basically it looks like people haven't started eating yet. They're just setting things up, getting things ready, and it's basically it seems like once you get there, it's mostly ready. Like people are saying sit down. People are sitting down for the most part. They're talking to each other. There's a
Where's the bar?
the bar.
Where's the bar?
For some reason, Gordon's got a weird vibe from this square table arrangement. What do you want me to roll to try and figure out if like this is some form of like incredibly unusual trap?
Okay.
Yeah,
Square
I think I
tables
would.
are like,
I-
like, yeah, you can't
Yeah.
serve properly with square tables all
I-
linked together.
Well, I'm just paranoid as in general, so I probably do my own insight check on the whole situation, or if it's a perception check.
Sure. I
Probably
guess
one.
it's a perception for this because you can't really incite someone. You can't incite a bunch of people at once. So like,
Yeah, you can't insight it's like tables. Tell me your secret. Are you
yes.
Charm the table.
Sure, I'll do a perception check.
17?
Yes, charm table and ask it questions.
Yes. Yeah. Which,
I mean,
which,
technically, there's an awaken spell. You could make it come to life, like Fantasia, and just start asking it stuff because it would have intelligence at that point.
I mean,
I
it's
got a
true.
2.
It's true. It's true.
This
Alright.
is a table.
Only if you knew what the table has seen.
What secrets do you hide?
Okay. Let's see. What do you guys roll? You got 2 for Krivdar. 17.
That's good.
Wow. Oh, Krivdar,
Yeah.
your rolls today.
Is very bad, no good.
Yeah, I know.
He had 1 good roll. That's it. After that, just
At least it's not combat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, that's the thing. It's like combat. Krivdar, does well, like for the most part, but socialization or anything else.
it's his curse. All right. So let's see. So you got.
My specific perception check is to see if I can smell any food cooking.
Oh, you don't smell. You don't smell cooking food.
You're-
It smells
I mean-
odd. Like it smells oddly oddly like. There's like almost no smell to the food. It's strange.
It's got a It's like you walked into a freezer.
Yeah, it's like you don't smell like the standard. There are almost wafts of smells that normally
Yeah.
come by. You don't smell it at all. It's actually very, like I said, the kind of how things are outside are very silent. It's almost oddly like, what's the word for it?
The plus side is food will never spoil here because
Yeah.
the bacteria can't exist because of
Right.
it. But it's gonna get
The
frostbite. Like
bacteria
so
are
quick.
also immune to cold.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Here.
Well,
There's a word for this. I can't remember, but
That's the reverse of like the Last of Us opening, where it's like if things just get a little bit warmer, cordyceps could evolve to infect humans. In this case, if it just gets too cold, bacteria will resist cold and just survive through there, which it has. It just goes dormant instead of dead.
But yeah, so that's one thing that's particularly odd about this place. Like you said, you don't smell the food coming in or whatever. You see it, and it seems fine, but and also weird because like it's not like heated up, so it's not like burned or whatever. It's not like you don't see like the frostiness of or the crispness of it. You see a bunch of different foods coming out, like foods that you can somewhat recognize, but just like weirdly different. Like it's like cabbage and meats, all sorts of kinds. Usually, it's pretty much all cold for the most part. I guess one of the person will come up to say, I should talk to what's called. Let's say talk to her, talk to Haley. Like, oh, so perhaps you would like your food different, right? Or you want to try our food like the way we try it, or you would like to modify it your way? If you want to, if we should like do it your way, it's pretty fine. No disrespect, you know.
I'll
There are hors d'oeuvre
probably
platters
modify
that-
it for the group, but we'll at least give your type of food.
Try it. Sure.
No, I want to try it your way.
There are hors d'oeuvre platters, just cold cuts.
there actually are cold cuts here. How do you make cold cuts? And
Literal cold cut.
yes,
Yeah, literal cold cuts.
and cheeses and other things like that, and they're like food. Also, I do have ice cream and sour cream, so a bunch of stuff like that. A bunch of stuff. So but yeah,
Iced tea.
The sour cream is all popsicles, so you're just licking it. It's like,
It does sound disgusting.
yeah. It is. I mean, some of it is like what's called mentioned. Ken mentioned earlier, like basically the equivalent of like Fogurt, yogurt, so frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
So they have that too, and so they'll direct you to the southwest area in the table. So southwest part of the table will have will be basically kind of guest of honor essentially, or I should say south. Southwest part of the table will be guest of honor essentially. So you got to sit at south with her, like Ordrin and some other people. Like Avalo will be there too, and then the bar will be like on the side, like in another room essentially. So you have to go to the room to grab the beer and pick in here. Well, actually, no. What we'll do actually, that makes more sense. They do drink a lot, so what we'll do is we'll have alcoholic bars at each corner. And so each corner of the room and in the middle will have like a mini bar. So like basically think of like a bar on the inside corner of like the northwest side, northeast, north, west, east, southwest, south, and southeast. Will have their own mini bars, so you can take drink liquors from there. So
and just real quick on that 17 perception check, do I at least get a vibe like this is just a do I get a hinky vibe like this could be a trap for us? Or
Okay.
It's like this is exactly what it seems to be. It's just a banquet hall. It's just they have a weird way of decorating.
yeah, I mean it's hard to tell. Again, even with pretty good rolls, it's hard to tell based on because you don't know what to really expect from them. But no one seems to acting in a way that is suspicious. No one's looking at you weirdly. No one's looking at look at their weapon. They're not whispering each other and pointing you.
Yeah, it's like I don't hear the rains of Castamere just playing in a corner somewhere.
Yeah. There's no sense of danger here. It seems people are pretty happy, pretty joyous. This is the most you've seen happiest of them for sure. They are not very vocally, emotional people.
So no chance they're gonna go Wicker Man on us and just use us as a sacrifice.
No, not that you know of. So
No.
I guess I was just gonna ask Haley, or maybe I can tell by looking around. Are there tables set up? Do we know where we're gonna sit, so I could just sit down and
Yeah. So
the food is there.
Yeah, so Haley moves you to guide you to the south table, southern part.
Okay.
So the very south makes sense. And there's a mini bar on the other side of that table. So basically, you're on the outside of the table toward the doors, and they're the inside of the table. The people who are basically manning the mini bars.
And the bars is what is it? Just flagons filled up and ready to
there's
go.
there's-
Do I have to walk?
Yeah.
I have to walk up and order a drink.
No, you basically can just talk to the person who's across the table from you and ask them tell them what you want. So they have tons of different alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks. Well, in this case,
What I wanted to do is cast Unseen Servant, so I can just sit at my table and have these beers float up to me every 15 minutes.
yeah, you can have one. Yeah, you can have one. You
He can't talk. He just has to grab a flagon and bring it to me.
Sure.
He can't interact. Okay.
Sure.
that's
So
what I'm
if I want you to sit there and let's sit back, sit back, put your back toward the chair, lean a bit, and then snap your fingers and have
Mug
that.
just floats over, and I'm like, "Thank you."
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So you ask them what you want. You tell them what you want, and then as you tell them what you want, the person will put their hand out, and instead of you grabbing it, the unserver will grab it from them and float it over to you.
Like,
Gotcha.
what the fuck?
Grab
it all. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're a little flabbergasted, but it's not that uncommon of a spell. It's
I would probably at least sit where my back isn't towards a door or anything like that, or if I can be as close to a wall where I can have a pretty good view of everything, and just make sure I'm not drinking anything alcoholic for the evening, because this is peaceful, but it's we're still also in unknown territory. We have no idea if we could need to fight our way out of this place.
sure.
And these people have weird table setups.
And probably have a weird table set up, so
How dare they have a weird table set up?
Gordon's going to get a sample of like a bite or two of like each of the dishes on currently available. Do they meet his culinary palate?
Well, please roll eating check.
Constitution?
Yes, he's in constitution. Yes.
I would also
I'm
like to
also
try.
going to start nibbling when there's stuff. I'll have my servant bring me stuff in between drinks.
Okay. So to make sure, are you eating it? Are you at the way to ask? Are you eating their way, or
Yeah,
trying it back?
trying it their way before I
Yeah.
scold them for their
A few
disrespect to the
bites.
culinary arts.
Yeah, just a few bites.
I'm trying it their way too.
Okay.
Did you do a Constitution saving throw or a check, Rena?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, save that case. Yeah.
I'll start nibbling as well.
Okay.
Oh, it's even worse.
Ooh.
Okay. Wait, overall, you guys are doing well, but not.
That man can't hold his liquor. It's non-alcoholic. Oh shit.
Okay, so we'll start with the food. The food, let's see, Renan. Yeah, so Renan, you seem to have trouble eating that food. Like, it's very not to your liking. Your views of simple foods that are from your hometown. That's are like basic stuff that you make. That doesn't require tons of weird stuff. Like this case, the food, that's iciness of it, is really odd to you. And
I'm gonna try and
Charles
hide
Leon
my
stick,
disdain.
just like Grandpa makes.
I want to try and hide my disdain.
all right, we'll do a deception check.
Deception.
Yeah. Oh yeah, poorly.
Oh,
You try to hide.
Vomiting in the corner.
Your face. Your face looks so.
use your inspiration.
Wait. Renan, you're a halfling, so on natural ones you get to roll again.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh god,
Reroll.
damn
Yep.
it, damn halflings, they're cheating.
Yeah, halfling luck.
Oh,
Alright.
thanks, Bill. You ruined it. all right. So
Well, no, he didn't save. He didn't, make him re-roll the con save. At least
Yeah.
he's still gonna vomit.
Yeah.
It's just he's better
Well-
at hiding it.
well, he rolled that. He rolled pretty bad, so he's not gonna vomit necessarily, but he will roll. He was definitely not liking the food. It's definitely
Like he is calmly walking to the nearest restroom rather than running.
yeah. Like
I'll just pass my food to the wolf. That's what I'll do.
oh, you find the wolf and get him like
Yeah.
okay,
Exactly.
fair enough. The wolf appreciates it because hey, it's for food for him, and then what's called the rest of you guys. Yeah, see, the rest of you. Yeah, Renan didn't do well, but he doesn't show it, so he seems like he's still respectful, so they don't notice him gagging of it and like having issues putting the food down his throat and like they don't really see him like going to the corner to like to throw
Who serves bologna at festivals?
but the rest of you guys do pretty well and the food seems fairly decent. Like it's very odd again, but it's not it's even though it's but the exterior especially it's the hard part of the exterior has that kind of like the property of ice to it, kind of where it feels unnaturally smooth or it feels like some parts chunkier than it should be and some parts are just have like icy touch to it, like it feels like you're drinking like water. It feels more moist than it should be. Like, but once you get to the inside, it actually tastes pretty good. Like then it feels like normal, relatively normal, like bread, and meat, and cheese and stuff like that.
They use chopsticks to basically be ice picks.
Yeah, basically yes. Yes. So it's
Does
not.
anybody have like heat metal where we could just put some of these cold cuts on a plate and then
I-
just
I do.
Oh, you do actually. Multiple people have.
I have heat metal.
Two of you guys have. Well, at least two. I think more
You just
actually.
make-
Oh, I don't have it
little,
prepared.
like little hot
Well, we
plate
did
on
do
there.
a rest though before. I
Did
didn't
a
have
long
a chance
rest.
like to change that. So I'll change that back real quick. I can.
Just heating up cold cuts on a dagger blade, like
Uh, well, I'm going to take the risk and assume we're not going to get blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, and just take out lesser restoration for heat metal.
The next happens. You
Fine,
get, next happens is there's mass blind, mass deaf, and mass.
Yeah.
what could possibly go wrong? You know?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I've always got lesser restoration prepared because
Okay.
it's part of my druid stuff. So.
Yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
Wildfire.
Oh, come on.
So Haley asks you guys. So how you like the food? It seems like some of you are okay with it. Is it's okay to your liking?
Like,
Seemed
while
pretty good.
they're not looking, I'm
Interesting.
just casting heat metal on one of the platters, and it's just probably like melting through the fucking table slowly.
Unfortunately, it does not quite meet our culinary palate, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist on doing my usual performance.
Oh yeah, put herself if that's what you want, sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
Gordon will grab a fresh platter. Bring it over to the heat the tray that's being heated up, and I'm going to cast enhance ability on myself to do a proper cook-off.
What's those restaurants called where like they have like the cook preparing
Yeah,
stuff
the
in front of you?
hibachi chef.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's what you're going full hibachi
yeah.
chef right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Bill. Please do a performance check.
Oh.
All right.
Would he get
advantage on this
assist?
since I've got enhanced ability.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. He's
I was gonna say like, what do you get in assistance from me because I'm doing the heat metal? But
I give him guidance.
Okay.
Guys, stop helping each other.
Well, I have a reason
We're
to
a
give him
team. We
guidance.
have to. Oh,
Well,
Well, you
I
did-
still have advantage. So hold on.
yeah. I was about to say, which you could have just like done the like right click, but either way, just roll.
Why'd you
again.
roll a... Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So that's how you.
Yeah, if you right click, you can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
right click it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
13
better.
plus
Let's see
1
what
for
the
guidance.
guidance gives you.
You-
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't let me click you into the chat to do. Come on, what's the jump?
What year did the?
You
Well,
rolled a
I've got
1
the
before.
D4.
Yeah. See,
So you
14.
did that for the one before. Oh, okay. You're just gonna count that.
Well, yeah,
D4 was
he
the-
rolled 1d4, yeah. So it's a guidance, right? So.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So 14. So. You gotta get there. You make all this like fuss and noise, like you're amazing, and you turn out you start doing performance that's fairly interesting. People are like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I've never seen it before. Some people, the people who don't like you guys in general, who aren't don't have their mind changed or anything, they're not particularly impressed. They just see it as some crazy foreigner nonsense. So people who are more like you guys, like Haley and or Evala or something, or Jordan's point, are more like, oh, they're more impressed. They clap for you guys, like, oh, that's interesting. And they even ask you, Val asks actually specifically, if you want, you can try. Like, hi, hey there, can I try it, please?
Certainly. Just give me 1 second to finish up. And he's got the bear meat's just like speed slicing through it and tossing it onto the pan with a little bit of cooking oil.
Stir fry.
Okay.
Then he'll offer up a plate to him.
Oh yeah, so Val will take it, and then as she takes it, she's gonna do this. Let's see, what is this? Let me roll quickly.
You rolled a con save.
It's super high roll. I don't know, I don't know why everything's so loud all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. Everyone's loud, and like the game is loud too. So my audio is somehow changed, and everything's louder. I'm not sure why, but yeah. So actually, she grabs it from you. She actually drops it, and it falls like she actually like. Oh wait, why am I being echoed? You all muted, so that's not a problem. Okay, I don't know. All right. Anyway, so yeah, actually, it kind of falls, and she ends up like making it like fall essentially on you to some extent. So,
Okay.
like, oh no, and so Vala's like, sorry, I'm very sorry. Let me help you clean it up. So she'll come over to help you clean it up.
Insight check to see if that was intentional or not.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, not great, not super bad.
not great. Yeah, you can tell she's a little bit odd. Like she's always been awkward with her guys in general.
Mm.
So it's not particularly strange, but you're not sure if maybe the heat of the thing caused her to make it fall or something, or she just wasn't used to it, or she didn't purpose something. It's kind of hard to tell. You really can't give any information about whether she did on purpose or not. So I'll just
Gordon will just narrow his eyebrows and stare at her for a couple of seconds and grab a towel and start wiping himself off.
so she'll see her glare. And she'll look at you back and she'll kind of smile back at you initially, and then she sees that you're glaring, continue to glare, and she'll start glaring back at you, but not in a hostile. She kind of just matching your glare, and then she'll go to her desk and she'll talk to what is it called? Talk to who's next to her? Which guy's table is next to Vala? She's on the southwest part of the table. She's southwest basically. So who's closer to the southwest?
Probably not Gordon because he's still cooking. So.
I'd probably be on that side. If it's like where like I would be like back to a wall kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, sure,
That's where I'd
sure.
go.
So she'll come back to you and she'll try to talk to you and she'll say, "Hey there, hey, Risk, I don't know how it works for you people, but we try to talk to someone, you try to become friends with them, and to get to know them better. What you not try to eat with them and not try to do you guys normally glare at each other? You're happy?
Oh, that wasn't because of that was more of a professional discourtesy he felt than a social discourtesy, if that makes sense. Because he prepared some food himself and she had dropped it by accident, but yeah, he seems like a prickly sort when it comes to dishes he's prepared. So that isn't sort of a thing that just we all do where we are. It's just
It's a him thing.
it's a
That's
him
a
thing.
him thing, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so curious, does that mean
He is what we call an artiste where we're from when it comes to food, and he felt like somebody just sneered at his portrait that he just spent a good portion of his time making.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize. How do I tell? How do I poke? She was poking him like. So how do I tell him I like him?
And it's just like dumb. I was like,
We're all at the same table, right?
Yeah, but she's whispering. She's whispering. She's whispering
yeah,
to him.
it's like we're probably here, but Gordon's like still like just like
He's
trying
being-
to glare, just making it was like it's like oh. And now in Risk Mind, it's like I could do one of two things. I could sincerely help this very nice person, with what she is asking,
Mhm.
or
Or
You can
I
fuck
could
it
use
up.
it as a way to mess with my friend.
well, what does he do? What does Risk do?
I'm gonna flip a coin. So
True chaos.
heads, this is chaos. This is basically I'm going to fuck with you.
Mm,
Flame, meaning Gordon Flamesy, I'm going to help you.
all right.
Oh god. I didn't catch it.
Continue.
I didn't catch it, but it did land on Flames, so I'm going to help you. So, knowing what I know about Gordon, obviously he is very passionate about food and creating that. So I'm going to just try to explain to her, it's like, if you want to tell him you like him, first use food basically as a way of starting a conversation and use that to work your way into it. Maybe say you're interested in what he has to make, compliment what he does, or at least show some interest in what he is passionate about. That's a good way to start easing your way into that.
Oh, I tried that, but I think I accidentally spilled the food on him, and I think he hates me now.
Did you at least apologize?
I
Or
kind
did you
of
just
I just kind of ran away because I didn't know what to do.
Just kind of.
fair enough? Well, shit. Now I have to help you make up for a social faux pas before you get back into it.
Uh-oh.
An artistic faux pas on top of a social faux pas.
Right. Maybe find some food, bring some to him to share with him. Maybe a dessert or a drink. Use that to forgive the pun, break the ice. Lead that until maybe say, I apologize for what I did. It wasn't, I didn't mean to, and just lead into that.
Okay. Is there any particular food he likes?
Would I remember anything that he... I mean, you basically like as far as I know for you, Gordon, it's like you pretty much like just about anything when it comes to food, just as long as you can find a way to cook it well.
Yeah. He's not particular for a type of food. He's particular for quality.
Right. So it's like, yeah, I kind of like leaning that. It's like, as long as it's a good quality piece of food, you'll probably enjoy it. Or if it's an interesting piece of food you probably never have seen before, maybe lead with that.
She comes back with like a platter of like bugs' heads.
I don't know. Maybe you would like that. Depends on how good the quality of bugs are.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
you've harvested worse and weirder.
Sure. Alright, thank you. How would I figure that out?
Good luck.
She never looks over at you, or so often. Alright.
I basically like hiccup with in the third Dragon movie. It's like with her.
Okay.
when Toothless is trying to like woo and court what the female Nightwing or Night Terror, or whatever the dragon type was.
Okay. I didn't watch the movies. I don't know.
Okay,
I
fair
also
enough.
have not
That's-
seen those movies.
Okay.
But yes, I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, you got this.
So yeah. So what else are you guys doing anytime?
I'm gonna see, because it's a festival or celebration or feast, whatever you want to call it.
A
I'm
feast
gonna
of all.
just break out. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just break out the old trumpet.
Okay, so do
Sorry,
performance check.
sorry.
Do performance check, please.
Start, dancing and hopping on the good foot with the trumpet. Like the old New Orleans style, kind of
Like-
like.
Yep, sure. Go for it.
Out of curiosity, since I have been like kind of eyes on a swivel, just using my passive perception, just keep an eye on things where I've been sitting.
So I guess that would be.
have you ever
performance,
noticed
yeah.
Driftar taking any drinks?
I don't know. Have you taken any drinks so far?
I have not taken any drinks. No.
Oh, goody.
This is him without
This is
any.
yet sober.
This is without any influence at all. So
Yeah.
I guess it would be
This is him
performance. Yeah.
sober as
Yeah,
the day he was
performance.
born.
So I'm gonna roll for performance.
sure.
Hold on.
No words.
Right. Sorry.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, people they've never heard your trumpet before. It's they're liking it. It's very
Well, old Louis Armstrong here.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They are quite impressed with your performance. They start clapping along, and you see people like in the middle, like they're dancing along, like people like trying to dance along with you. They don't really understand how to dance with it. They're trying to get to the beat. It's kind of odd to get used to, but like
Yeah.
but like you start,
You like jazz?
and right now it's still kind of early and with the feast, and like you're the only music playing right now, so there hasn't been anyone else making music yet, as far as you know. At least it might be music later, but as far as you know, you're the only one playing, and so people start going up to dance as if like you're basically like the intro. So you're basically gonna get people to start dancing.
Freebird!
He says,
Exactly.
hey, you can take requests if you want.
Well, he said Freebird, so I'm just gonna play.
So it's interesting the way they
Well, it
dance.
could be
too.
his version of Freebird.
Yeah. My owl's like
So it's
rocking.
interesting the way they dance too. Like some of them, like because of the way it's trumpets, you see some of them dance and they dance very kind of stiffly almost, but still in a very elegant way. It's like not stiff as in like actually stiff as in like they're no fluidity, but like stiff as in like they are very, very precise in movements. So some of them, it's almost like ballet essentially. Like they're very.
Is it basically Tin Man trying to do his dance thing?
No, it's not bad dancers. They're good. Some of the people are actually quite good dancers.
Well, good dance is just very like you disjointed because it's almost basically doing the robot, but kind of fancy.
Oh no, it's not the robot or anything like that. It's more like I said. It's more like ballet, where their bodies are hands stiff and they move like very like lateral ways, like no like bending, not a lot of bending essentially.
Oh, it's very like ballroom dancing, waltz.
Yeah, both
Like-
and ballet kind of stuff. Yeah, so it seems formal and very
Like-
yeah. So yeah,
Like tap dancing kind of
Structured, like
thing.
structured and
yeah, heavily
stuff like
structured,
that.
heavily regular. Like not much randomness to it. It's very orderly.
Like tap dancing kind of thing in rhythm, like dance, lion dance, river dance kind of thing.
Yeah, I could say something like that. I'd say ballet's probably the best example, but yeah.
Never seen river dance. Like they don't bend down. They just basically like move in rhythm with their feet to and move around the stage.
Okay, I see. Sure, I guess that's close. Sometimes, oh yeah.
I can post a thing just to give you an example.
Yeah, Michael Flatley. Riverdance.
Exactly.
I've heard it before. I've seen it before.
Without
But
the arrogance.
I can't remember it right now. But yeah, they said they're still somewhat formal. Like people aren't drunk yet, and they're still pretty sober.
Oh yeah, no, this will go to like square dancing. Like,
Probably. So, all right. Well, yeah.
it'll go from violin to the fiddle pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty happy. They're happy with it. And they're sort of start dancing in the middle. So yeah, they're having a good time.
Great.
I wish if I had the fourth, I probably would have made some like drums or something like that, like the carapace and the bug part, just like it's like wow, right out of the bag of holding, just a makeshift drum and just start beating with the animal part.
Sure. Okay.
When Goran sees that, he'll flip over his pot lid shield, take out his ladle, and start like tapping out a beat along with it.
Okay, got it. And more performance, got it. And wants to do anything?
Performance.
So let me give a performance check for that.
Sure. No, it won't require much. It's pretty easy to
that's
do.
Still got advantage. So.
Okay, sure.
So
That lasts about an hour, doesn't it?
Oh, but
16.
I'll pull out my flute and also join in.
Okay, so you guys can make your own music. Got it.
I'll just get out my smithing tools, like like a hammer or like a.
what's with the one?
You're
Hard order.
though, nat one.
Yep.
Get reroll.
God damn it!
Sorry.
Stupid
Yeah, that-
halflings bullshit.
Well, I don't have that, but I'm gonna like. No, and I'm kind of into it, so I'll just get like a hammer or wrench or something like that, and just start tapping on the table and like lightly tapping some of the glasses for a beat. Sure. We'll see how poorly I do, because I have no proficiency in performance, but it's like the mood is taking me.
Sure.
15,
Not bad.
not bad. For like only a +1 to charisma.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, so
Oh.
we've got a 16, a 13, and a 15 for you.
Okay.
Plus, Cryptar's dirty 20.
We're basically a garage band
There you go.
Yeah, they are.
with like one professional musician in Kryptar, and the rest of us are just like the. It's like the reverse, like Timmy and the Lords of Lords of the Underworld kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, use it pretty well. The people are happy because people are pretty happy with it. Like they start to even people who don't like you much are starting to clapping along. And even, like almost they seem to try to resist, but they just don't. Like they can't resist the urge to start clapping. So they start clapping in tune with it. So and then it starts spreading from just like not just your room, your side of the place, but also the other side, the other sides of the tables. So basically, all across the entire square stands of tables, everyone starts like clapping along with your music, and people are loving it. So,
Meanwhile,
Nice.
like the actual band they prepare is like slowly signing up. It's like,
Wait, what the fuck?
have someone or to jump and take it. they take our job. The foreigners, damn it.
They're coming for our germs.
All right. And wants to do anything?
You said there's like desserts, like ice cream and stuff.
Yeah, there's ice cream too. Yeah, so they have it. There's no like. There's a particular order. They do
I'm
things
gonna
like.
roll a wisdom check to see if I eat too much.
Okay.
Oh, I eat way too much.
Oh,
I
nice.
eat like 5 bowls.
Okay. Sure.
meanwhile, your owl is just like passed out with a small glass just tilted by him too. He's just like,
Aw. That's
My
what-
stomach hurts. I'm just gonna lay down
He's
with
got
my
like
head
a
down.
baby, full baby stomach. Like the cartoon.
Yeah. The giant
I'm
stomach.
gonna
Yeah.
like lay down with my head down on the table, but I'm gonna like transfer my consciousness and just watch everything through the owl.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
meanwhile, your head is getting such a hangover from the banging and the clanking.
Yeah.
And
So what happens, yeah, Chris, is that because of how cold the ice cream is, you're not used to it, and you basically get brain freeze, and you just like you just
Yeah.
not sure, like ugh.
Perfect.
It's like
Perfect.
yeah. It's like God.
You ever see a cat eat ice cream?
No.
Not on.
I'm
yeah.
sure they
It's,
don't.
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm sure they're like. I'm sure it's definitely more sensitive, right? So I'm sure it's more extreme to them. Yeah.
yeah, it's probably not good for them.
Right.
No, I don't know about it, but it's
They're
definitely
mostly
amazing.
lactose intolerant, ironically. But yeah.
Oh, okay, even better. Okay.
Yeah, because they say it's like, oh, give them some cream. It's like, no, they don't
No,
like
no.
milk products
No.
like that.
It's bad.
Like dogs can only like tolerate vanilla. It's like you give them chocolate. It's like they could potentially die,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
or at the very least get very very sick.
Yes.
Sure.
Was there gonna be, Vaden? I think you said there was gonna be like speeches or something.
Yes.
I guess.
Yep. So later on, or seems like they haven't happened yet, but yeah. One of the plans that
Okay.
they told you, Halo would tell you. It's like, yeah, it's like, yes, we're gonna speak to their origin, and some others will give a quick speech. You know, they're happy that had my rite passage was successful, and so they will give me a nice little speech. But you know, she seems happy, but she's also like, obviously not super into it. She's also a little distraught over the loss of her opponent, but you know, she understands this is partially for her, so she's a bit proud of what she did at least, that she accomplished her mission. So
All right. While I'm listening and watching through my owl's ears, my owl has advantage on perception checks
Mhm.
with hearing or sight.
sure.
Just want to see if his hearing picks up anything that is suspicious.
Well, where's your owl-
weird
where's your owl-
conversation.
Where's your owl placed now?
Just kind of like near me, maybe if there's like rafters, I don't know what the ceiling's like sort of up above
Okay.
10, 15 feet, whatever the ceiling is.
Sure.
I
But
mean,
not too far away from me.
and I'm still like passive perception of 21, just kind of like eyes on a
So a
swivel. I don't know if I
19.
need to actively do something or not, but
Sure. So yeah, you guys like keep a good eye on everything. It's like with the very strong perception, hearing skills and stuff of Ekris's owl, and the insane perception skills of Risk. You basically get a good idea of what's going on. You basically see people's, you're looking at people's lips and hearing things. People are joyous, they're rowdy. They're talking rowdy, more rowdy in general over the night.
Am I hearing like our names at all? People talking
Yeah,
about
people are
us?
definitely talking about you guys for sure. You're basically definitely talking of the town, like 100%.
But are like talking about us like these guys are cool, or like we kill them in 1 hour? That's what I'm trying to get.
They seem pretty positive,
basically.
especially given how well you did with the mission. Like they seem pretty positive about you.
Okay.
Your reputation has basically increased a lot, like by successfully completing the mission, not just successfully completing it, but also like make sure that Haley wasn't harmed at all. And she's also talked to people and giving them good give you good PR. So people seem to be much positive about you.
Fix the statues in your temple.
Well, you added one to one statue. Yeah, you basically added another statue. So you added a statue.
No, in the.
Oh, Fortune Frost. Yes, you did. Yeah, she tells people about you. She hypes you up a bit, So she's giving people the good word about you, and people are more impressed about you over the hours. So basically, over the time, initially, it's like oh, they're a little bit cold to you. They're kind of game with you, but like they're not super friendly. But over the course of the night, more people start talking to you, like people that they were talking to before.
Okay.
It's initially they're a little shy, some of them, especially like the younger ones. But over time, people are becoming more and more friendly, especially the alcohol flows and they said in repetition spreads. People, almost everyone at some point talking to you, trying to talk to you, and somebody just talk to you and just say hi, or just, even they'll say thank you, be respectful, and something else. Like, it doesn't have to, like, even the ones that don't want to talk much, they'll do that at least. So, yeah, so overall, the vibe is very, very positive towards you. No one seems hostile to you, and
I haven't like seen anybody's like lips moving, speaking like it's like he would say, it's like we kill them.
no, they did not. They did not do that for sure.
Okay,
it's very positive, I guess, then so far.
Okay.
So you guys have done well for yourselves, and even though initially they were very distrustful, it's tides turning. All right, good.
Oh, and when the night's starting to wind down, I actually want to go up to Haley and talk to her, and just say hi, and just show her like the book I'm writing, and then just ask her, just give her like an idea of what the book is about, and just ask her if she knows, because I asked her if she sells trinkets, right?
Oh yeah, Star. Yeah, Star sells trinkets. Yeah.
So I was just wondering if there was any kind of like souvenirs that are from the ice plane that she would recommend me picking up.
I was here.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I fought in the tournament. All I got was this shirt.
No, it's a magnet.
Yep.
I need to put it on my fridge.
Sure. They have some like special like she said I can show you in the shop later, but we'll have some stuff for you can take. I'll give some to you for free, given how much you like it. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's good. So I give you some stuff from here that's special, custom to you. So I'll show you later. Okay.
Thank you, Haley, and I also congratulate her again on her ascension to womanhood.
Sure. And then let's see. Yeah. Okay. What else? Yeah. And then
Also,
yeah.
during like our observation, I wanted to like also see, is anybody like from what I can read from lips or what I can kind of overhear, any of them mention like we're going to be fighting them in the tournament? Like anybody kind of giving them away that they're a participant in the tournament?
Let's see who would be that. It's 30 people. So let's see who any of them do that. See.
We already know it's definitely the chick with the hammer we met out front when we first came to
Right.
the ice
Avala. Yeah.
Yeah.
Avala.
The mage inside the temple, I believe it was the person with the wolf.
Yeah.
And then there's the person who's the twin brother of the guy that just died on our expedition.
Ordrin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you do know all of them then. So that's only 3. So yeah, I think you would know all 3 people. So you don't know the name of the second guy because he didn't tell you his name. You didn't ask. So, but yeah, I guess technically speaking, you would know all 3 champions. It's good perception skills. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, no one's saying anything specifically about fighting you. Like they're not talking to you about it. They're not mentioning it at all.
Okay.
So, they're just celebrating today. They're not trying to do anything. Like
'Cause I'm sure like words probably spread at least by now. Like, oh, they're not only here to do this, but they're probably here for that.
yeah, people would know that you're definitely here to fight their own guys, but they're not like resentful or anything because it's not like a like it's not,
Right,
it's not
'cause
fight,
it's just a sporting event. Like we're just the visiting team.
exactly yeah. So they'll root for their team and
So I
they'll
get
root
that.
for you.
I'm just like trying to scope. I was like, they know who we are. Like some of them probably generally have an idea of what we can do. Now we just need to know who else is here and what they could potentially do.
Exactly. I mean, you have some idea of all. You've seen him fight. She's using a
we
hammer.
saw her fight. She saw us fight. So
Yeah, and Origin
that-
you haven't seen fight yet. You haven't seen the other guy at all fight.
odds are he probably got a breakdown of everything from Vala. So
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. The only thing you know about him is he has a mage and you know he has a wolf. So
yeah.
not much to go off of there. But you know, if you can find it more. I mean, they're getting drunk, right? So you never know. But like,
Yeah.
anyways, hey, maybe
We at least know the wolf likes us, or at
Yeah.
least likes our three
Like half the
companions.
team, yeah.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
yeah. So that could be impossible. I mean,
Just in the middle of the fight, it's like, here's a tree. Whoo.
hey,
Exactly.
hey, and
Like, no, attack him. Attack him and kiss him.
That's true. And also, you know that one of them seems to like one of your guys. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, most possibilities. So, anyways, yeah, I guess.
On that part, I am going to be mum on because it's like, I just want to see how this plays out.
Okay. So, as the night goes on a little more, she goes back to you to the hibachi hibachi chef.
Yeah, the makeshift hibachi setup.
Yeah, and he tries to she's like, she's like, I got you some food. This is one of our best cooks cooked it for you. So here you go. This is like borscht.
Oh, heat metal lasts for about a minute, so
Yeah. Yeah, I like did my original cooking.
All right.
That thing.
Yeah, it's just that I asked him
Okay.
to heat it up for you a bit, like to make it a little warm if you can, and they did the best they could. You know, and you want to heat it up more yourself, but this is borscht. It's like a beet soup. It's one of our delicacies, you can say. It's quite good. So
Gordon will narrow his eyebrows together because this is the spilled soup on him. Didn't apologize. And now she's bringing more stuff to potentially spill on him again.
sure. So if you can't roll your d20 to grab it from her, please dexterity check.
Okay.
Oh.
Save or check. Actually, it doesn't matter.
Let's check. Yeah, but it's we
Ooh.
Okay. So Sheila comes in, she gets off. She seems nervous or something. It's like, she seems shaky for a reason. You're not sure why. She has trouble. She tries to give it to you, and initially it seems fine, but then the thing starts tipping over the soup, and she gives you fine, but as you grab it from her, it slips as you look at it, and it starts spilling onto you again. Not all of it this time, but like just like some of it.
Gordon just looks up at her. He's like, "Really? The first time wasn't enough?"
Like, I gave it to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spill on you.
Like, and I'm like looking at this like you got it, girl. You got. Oh no. To be fair though, she's like shaky, but you also failed to like grab it in time.
Yeah.
I did,
This is
but
partially-
that's because I was staring at her, thinking she was going to.
Well, see, there you go. Your negativity fucked this
Yeah.
situation up.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, but
The
I
regular
cast a
band
message and
wanted
I
to walk
whisper
by and
into
go,
Gordon's ears. I cast message and whisper so that only Gordon can hear me, and I'm like, "Dude, you idiot, she's into you."
Okay.
I'll use my silent speech to whisper back so only Ekris can hear. Yeah, she's into pouring stuff on.
Hey, it's king, man. Don't blame. Don't king shame. Okay, you never know.
Yeah, and I just like I'm sure like her back is like facing me, so I'm like looking at her back. It's like, and I'm seeing Gordon's like, like just about like, it's like work with it, dude.
Okay. Also, so she said, "Oh, no, okay, well, I'm sorry. I help clean it. I have precipitation. So, can I use it? Can I have your permission?"
Gordon will just look at her and be like, "I think you've done enough for tonight."
Okay.
He'll walk away.
All right. Then, so she won't help you with the cleaning off.
Yep.
All right.
As soon as I see him walk away, it's like I'm gonna take a piece of like whatever like meatball or something like that that's there, and just like secretly chuck it at his head, like you fucking idiot. like when I
Nearly
just roll it,
simultaneously, I'll use Mage Hand and just kind of flick his ear from behind as he walks away.
actually, I'm gonna use cat. I'm gonna use cat.
No,
I'm just gonna
you're
use
well out of range
catapult.
of her before I do that.
she looks innocent. She's sure back is turned at this point. But yeah.
I'm gonna use catapult actually on that meatball. Not like, I just want to hit it. Just like straight
Man,
velocity
you guys
hit it.
are getting violent with him. He just doesn't like her. It's fine. You know, he doesn't like her.
Right.
Well,
Roll that attack roll. I've got.
well, no, you have to make a dex save.
Yeah, that's right. It's next save.
It's
Yeah.
catapult.
Now it's
You have to
catapult.
be a 15.
Oh my god.
19.
Oh, yeah.
You dodge it.
That's right. The catapult flies past his ear and hits someone else or hits one member. I like look at you confused. Like why? What'd I do?
Gordon's like, you know what you did.
Who's the other person?
Bye.
Oh no,
That's
God.
like yeah,
Chaos.
just like oh, fight.
You guys yell that?
I yell it.
Okay.
I embrace the chaos when I need to.
All right. Please roll precision.
Oh, persuasion.
Yes.
Oh, 11. They'd be like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. They look at you guys straight. They're like, "What is a food fight? I don't. You throw food." And this alien will look at you like, "So you throw food to people? Why would you do that? It's wasted
Yes.
food." They're just confused. Yeah, it's hurt. And also, like, they're like, we don't really do that if we're kind of a little too orderly. We don't like just randomly throw food at people. Is that normal for you people come from? It's like, is that how you eat your food? You don't just eat it, you use it as weaponry?
This is a party. I just started like acting like Randy Marsh, like, I thought this was America, huh? Thrown out of the fight.
You aren't in America anymore. You're in Kansas anymore, buddy. Alright. Guess after you guys.
Yeah, Gordon, find another towel, grab like 3 bottles of wine and like settle down in the corner next to Risk and be like, this is a shitty fight. Not loud enough that like it bothers other people, but like just over to him.
I just like kind of like this. I just slightly walk over to him. It's like, she's into you, you dummy. She likes you.
Gordon raises one eyebrow. He's like, I'm not sober enough for this. Or I'm too sober for this. Chugs it.
Okay.
She is, while he's doing it, it's like, I'm just explaining, it's like, she tried to apologize. She was nervous. Go easy on her a little bit. If nothing happens to this, that's fine, but at least try to be a gentleman about it.
Is he a gentleman? I don't know.
Yeah.
Gordon's borderline on the gentleman / I'm going to burn this motherfucking town. So,
That's a pretty big border.
like,
I don't see how.
I mean,
the border.
I think this place is
he's
kind
on
of
the border
fireproof when it
between
comes to.
these two extremes.
I mean, you'd have to like do some intense fire magic, which I know is kind of your shtick. I know that's your shtick, but it's like this is also the ice plane. They're kind of resistant to fire just a little bit.
Yeah, well, at least in terms of like burning them down. Sure, yeah, it's gonna be hard to burn these down. But yeah, all right,
But they've got a lot of booze here. Booze is flammable.
that's true.
So much booze.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground metaphorically with the worst Yelp review they've ever had.
Yeah. Negative 4 stars.
A hack system to make it worse.
They will rue the day they ever thought to embarrass Gordon Flamsy with his slop.
Damn straight.
This is the worst creature I've ever seen in my life. Bloody damn. You know. I don't know how I talk. I just know he's British. That's all I know. But yeah,
I kind of say it, but yeah.
sure.
Like I see him like just get hammered, drunk with whatever he can get. And I just find Vala. Is she like probably in a corner crying, or is she's just out of the room entirely?
She's kind of like she basically stayed as far away as she can of him.
I go find the bar, get a drink or something like that. Non-alcoholic for me, one probably alcoholic for her, and just casually like give her one, just like be friendly and just sit with her to give her company. I don't say anything. I just like here.
Standing next to her and probably pat her shoulder. It's like,
Yeah, still keep my back to the wall,
still.
being consoling.
All right. So out of the wall comes his dagger.
Like so, like I have enough like social grace. Like my wisdom is like 10, so it's like I have enough social grace to like understand how to talk to people, but not so much to be like. I'm basically like Sheldon. Like I can get through a conversation. I'm just not that great at it.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
High intelligence, okay wisdom.
Got it.
Yep.
Well, anything else you want to do for next? I guess if there's anything else you're gonna do specifically, just let me know. If not, then we'll go to the speeches.
Yeah, Gordon's just being hammered.
Yeah. Jump to the speeches if you like.
As I know the speeches are, it's like my eyes are gonna be like doubly like on swivel. If I need to do like an actual perception, like be actively looking for things just in case.
Roll to not fall asleep. But like, no, speeches won't be too bad. So yeah, those speeches. But start with Ordrin. She'll just talk about.
No, it's just basically like, is shit gonna go down?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
probably where it's gonna go down.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It
Yeah,
probably
see-
won't, but I haven't lived this long without taking precautions.
Yeah, you gotta keep her third eye on her. Yeah, for sure. All right. So yeah, this will be some short speeches. I think they'll be particularly long, and Origin will be the longest, but he'll just be like standard thing you might expect. Super proud of his daughter. You know how much they've done to take care of the city. You know how one day she might be a good leader. She might be a great leader. You know, city as well. You know, and paying off, and then also just like stuff like about general merriment in general, like talking about things they can do to like just praising people overall. It's like they talk about, he points at people in the crowd. It's like, oh yeah, you did this, blah blah. I'm proud, good job in that. Basically, he's very, he's like I said, he's very harsh, can be harsh, as a leader, and very like stoic in general. But also in this case, he's being very, amicable and very like nice to people, and making sure people understand that where they're doing well. Essentially, it's like he's gonna praise people in public. He's one of the people gonna praise people and privately admonishes people if they have issues. Not really much of a he's not gonna break people out in the open. Essentially, he's kind of like he's trying to do what he can to keep people's spirits up, as best he can, in this kind of society. So, but yeah, you can tell he's very he's had quite a few speeches before. He's quite good at it. He does a very good speech, and people clap for him as usual. So, yeah,
Golf clap.
yeah. So well. Yeah, again, they're fairly formable here. I mean, it's broken down a bit given over time because of alcohol, but they're still kind of rigidness to them. They're still kind of like they're not fully inhibited, or fully uninhibited at this point. There's still some inhibitions. There's still walls.
It's like Legolas in that one deleted scene. It's like, I think this is starting to affect me after like 30 beers he's had. It's like, oh, my fingers are tingling. Is this normal?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or Gimli's like, ha 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 ha, dead.
Sure. All right. I mean, nothing else. I guess you guys let me know if this happens, but otherwise, things are gonna wind down.
And that's when you have to roll for initiative.
Yes. As your back's turned for the last time.
I cast fireball.
Yes.
I don't care what the room is. I cast fire.
In a square formation, summon forth an archdemon.
If
Yes.
the speech is boring, I'm just gonna cast banish on him.
I
don't have
cast
it
shatter on
prepared.
the center of the room.
Oh God.
Thunder wave.
Thunderball. So combining them.
Like, if things are made out of stone or crystal, they get disadvantage on saving throws.
It's true. I don't think they even get saving throws today. I'm sure. I think they don't actually.
Well,
They
Inorganic
get-
materials would also get affected.
I think they get like
non-magical objects-
disadvantage on saves or something. I forget what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's only like
inorganic stuff.
creatures made of inorganic materials such as that.
Oh, creatures. Actually, yeah.
Non-magical objects that aren't being worn will be affected. So like the tables and the chairs and all the
Glass.
silverware, like
Yep,
things would be
all
like,
yeah, it would be. All right. Okay, so you guys, so things wind down, and people go to their rooms. People go to leave, and they, they're fairly drunk at this point. Most of the people that drink, which is most of them, so they're pretty mostly drunk, and they all basically go to their rooms, and I mean, basically at this point, it's been a day since the last time you guys, since you've since you've started the tournament things, and so basically our record. So you know that tomorrow, after tomorrow, you wake up tomorrow. You know, basically that'll be the tournament. So
Okay. Before we go to bed, I'm gonna do the sketch of Origins base. Let's see how well I do for a base sketch.
sure, go for it.
What would I roll for that?
I guess performance, I assume, or maybe dex check.
Did you let any of us know that you could use some magical buffs for this?
Yeah, I'll probably say to them, it's I'm gonna try to do that just so I can make the magical buffs later. So
Right.
whatever buffs you want. So it'd be a charisma buff is what I would need.
Actually, how
Slap enhanceability on it.
well, how about this? Are you doing it? Try to do it basically you're just doing it for accuracy, right? I know you have artistic purposes, right?
Yeah, this is this is just a base sketch I'm gonna do before I use the magical paint later. This is basically so I can have it so I don't have to say I want to draw you like one of my French girls. So, I don't want to obviously have that. I'm just gonna do my
Okay.
best to make a sketch to have on hand for
Okay.
later.
If you don't have special artist flyers or anything, just do a dex check. Yes, I think it makes more sense in performance because you're trying to go
Dex
for
check?
accuracy, yeah, rather than trying to make it artistic.
Okay. So then it would be Cat's Grace then?
Yes, Cat's Grace, yep,
for
yep.
Dex check?
Yep.
Okay.
Cat's Grace, yeah.
You want it? Can I get guidance on that, or should I just stick with this?
You gotta check with Renan for that. Well, I guess we could use the Will of the Ancients thing to double concentration it up. So.
And I'll help you out since you asked.
But also, you don't have to worry about what's called guidance isn't concentration. So
Yeah.
Is it?
Actually,
Is it?
I'm pretty sure guidance is concentration.
wait, why are you weird?
It is, yeah, it lasts for a minute, I think,
Yeah.
or is it 10 minutes?
Or until used, yeah, something like
1
that.
minute.
Oh,
one
it
minute.
is. It is okay, yeah.
But
Odd.
it's
minute.
always used almost immediately as soon as it's cast. Anyway,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
okay. So yeah, I think guidance wouldn't really work because it's gonna take more than a minute. So yeah,
Well, you could just keep
He
reaching.
can keep slapping you in the back.
It's
enough.
a cantrip,
There-
yeah.
There's rare cases where you could separate from a party member. You guide them, then they run around to the back of the building and use guidance to climb a wall or something. But it's one of those rare things that almost never
Okay.
happens.
Sure.
Nice.
26 on the dex.
Oh god damn it. Okay, fine. So yeah, you did. Oh, that's not bad actually at all. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah, you get an extremely accurate, hyper realistic portrait of Origin's head, and yeah.
It's not the first time I've done sketches and stuff like that of of things I've wanted to make. So it's person versus, and I've probably had make headwear and stuff like that. So obviously I need to know how a pace is generally made. So
Yep. So you with your skill, with your previous experience, and your extremely good role, you have no trouble making perfect edge.
and I probably would want to at least make the sketch look like, and this of course I'm going to keep this in the bag of holding for all time, at all times, because it's going to look like a severed head version of him.
Yeah.
So when I use the magic pigment, it's going to look like a decapitated head.
Sure.
So I'm going to use at least the tournament to it's what color blood do they have when they bleed if we mark them up? So at least I have that for the pigment as well.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you haven't seen them bleed yet, really. I mean, you've seen them get hit. I take hacks, electrocuted, but not actually bleed. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll.
It's funny. I can check if I accidentally cut someone. Oops. With my dagger hit you.
Well, I don't have anything to cut people, but other people in my group do. So, especially Krivdar.
Yes.
Yep.
He's a cutting expert.
I'm just cutting the rug. That's all I'm doing.
Hey.
Hey.
So part one of my master plan of fooling over the person who has a bounty out on this guy.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So I'll probably have to do that again once I do the magic paint. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it does well.
Well, we can juice you up again for the magic paints then.
Yeah.
it's
Plus, I can just wait until we get a session where I have the inspiration for the day as well. So
Yeah, you
give
can.
me all the help I can get.
Yeah, you can always do it. Also, you can do it multiple times. It's not like something you do it once. If you fail, you just try again, basically, if you want to, because it's like it requires honestly, it requires material that doesn't. Honestly, it requires material that's
Yeah,
rare.
because I do have the base sketches, so I at least have basically my mold.
Exactly.
For, that's basically what this is for.
Yep.
So I don't want to do it here while it's somebody could some of this Why is there a head here?
Or a wondrous leader.
It's just like our leader.
Or a
Like, well, shit.
alarm.
It's
Fun
like,
fact: find familiar. The familiar can cast touch spells through
Yep.
me.
You you cast spells through
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Invisibility, like most spells say, a willing creature, or they make a saving throw. Invisibility just says a creature, so I can turn anyone invisible whether they want to or not.
Yeah.
And we can time something where we turn somebody invisible and then create like the drawing of the thing somewhere else as a distraction. Just for future reference. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, back to what we're
Okay, good to know.
Duly noted.
Interesting.
like the owl with the flames on their shoulder and like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden they just disappeared. Everybody's like, what's going on?
like that owl just murdered somebody. They disappeared.
Owl sucked their soul into his claws. No.
It does like the weird thing with its talons, like the equivalent of a Thanos snap. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
the
then
claw
just, like,
snap.
roars its
And then
head
just flies
back
away.
and like you like Kia like and like oh it's not a hawk, it's a owl.
Yeah.
Woo!
Feel like
and then, like, fly away, yeah.
then they'll just forever think it's a death omen. It's like
Yeah.
if it screeches, somebody dies.
I mean, that's how owls know for bringing omens for death, you know? So there you go.
Yeah.
A lot of cultures, at least. But yeah.
Yeah. Some cultures it's owls, others it's like ravens or crows, and who knows what else.
Vultures, I'm sure there's other ones because I know it
Yeah.
makes perfect sense because vultures do.
Yeah,
But
vultures definitely because of the way they circle bodies.
yeah. So yeah.
That's not really an omen. That's just like a definite, like they know what's up.
yeah. Not very mysterious.
Like it's an inevitability at that point.
Yeah, that's true. It's already happened pretty much or close to it.
Opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think that's all I kind of wanted to do before we, tucked in for the night. I'll still like in our rooms, like do the ritual like alarm spell around the
Sure.
room.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure like Ikris will help.
Yeah, I've got alarm as well. We can cover just about anything.
Yeah, so I'll take one half of the room, he'll take the other half, so we'll just meet up in the middle, so it saves time.
And then I also
We
could
can
do
also
the like
swap back to
tiny
our,
hut or whatever.
House and sigil if we need to.
Oh,
But,
True,
right.
but then we have John through the silent fields of death and doom.
true.
I go talk to Gordon and I tell yeah, the food didn't agree with me. Can you cook me up a little bit of a snack?
Yeah. What are you in the mood for?
Not this plains food. Whatever you have.
Okay,
Gordon will start like peeling up the linoleum to put in like a cooking pot or something like that.
Gordo, if you prepare lamb with some special sauce inside.
And I also go to Cribdar. Do you have any more ice cream?
No, I had plenty of ice cream.
There's a whole
And then-
room in our place. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like it was melted kind of, but it's like frozen melted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just hand you something. I'll just-
Yeah, I just grab all that food because I'm
Just because it's
I'm
like,
hungry.
It is pack. It is with his body heat, but it's also in the ice realm, so it's like it's in a constant state of melting and refreezing.
The best kind.
Mhm.
All right.
That's all we can do. Well, if somebody else wants to do something else before we.
We should probably do a quick battle strategy. So what are our combat plans for the week?
Yes.
You know we're fighting
good.
mage. I'm gonna bring dispel magic and counterspell.
That's a good
Okay.
idea.
I'll definitely. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take out alarm because I don't need it for because pretty much after we're done here, we're going back home anyway. So
Yeah.
Should I keep animal friendship in case that dog shows up or that wolf?
Yeah.
How-
But
That's
if you've
like-
got something,
is that an action mechanic?
if you've got something stronger like dominate animals or charm animals, that would probably be the better choice.
Oh.
But
Let me see. I don't think I
Um,
have that.
so I've got
No, I
it's
don't.
okay, found what I was looking through my list earlier. I'm planning on using for my concentration, and so I'll go the tree form for this. And basically, whenever I'm doing wisdom-based attacks, which is going to be like my Scorching Ray, I get advantage on.
That's a tree. You have
Yeah, I have the Tree of Death.
the tree of the burning tree of death. Yeah.
Should I prepare grease, which would basically it creates a 10-foot square centered on a point within range, which is about 60 feet, and turns it into difficult terrain. But if you're going to be using that, basically that plant thing to like create difficult terrain, I probably don't need it. But then again, that's a wide.
The issue with the plant thing is there needs to be
plants there.
Terrain. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's got to be like at least
some kind of
soil,
plant.
if not like actual.
And to be fair, this is only like 10 feet, so this is like and the last tournament area was like a pretty wide open space, wasn't it? So
yeah,
this would have to be like almost like a narrow spot where I know they're gonna come at me.
I would say if you can afford to, keep it in your back pocket because my thing has to have nature stuff so I can do the plant growth. If it's just like a solid sheet of ice, I can't do nothing with that.
Otherwise, I could do Tasha's Caustic Brew, which I just need a bit of rotten food, which I'm sure Gordon can help me procure someone with that to help it to a good cause.
Do we think invisibility would be useful? Or, like, as soon as you do actions or spells, it drops.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
you've
it's...
got greater invisibility, that would be super useful. But
I
like,
don't-
standard invisibility
Yes.
is more sort of like recon kind of stuff.
Right, so I don't
Or
think
like,
we need that.
oh shit moment where you just need to like knock the hit for a little bit.
Right.
There's a lot of
That's one thing I took out for my 4th level spot. The other is this, if you want me, just like straight up tanking.
also, I could give somebody Long Strider if they want an extra 10 feet to their movement for an hour. It's not even concentration either. It just takes an
I'll
action.
probably have Expeditious Retreat on myself, so I'll be pretty fast. I
That's
also
what you
can
can
do
use on other
fly.
people, or is it just a stealth thing?
Just me. And or I can do fly. If I use it at 4th level, I can get 2 people, so 2 of us could have a 60-foot fly speed and zip around pretty good.
That would be really handy for Risk and possibly Kribdar, because if they can get up high enough, they'll effectively have advantage on your shots.
Fish in a barrel,
Also,
basically.
if I did fly on myself with Expeditious Retreat, if we do the double concentration on that, then I could move 120 pretty much every round.
It's basically a haste without using the haste.
But anyways, if other people have other ideas, by all means, throw it out there.
What do you think about the Caustic Brew thing? It's basically what it does is a line of 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. It is concentration for a minute. Basically, each creature in the line takes a dexterity saving throw or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, or until somebody takes an action to scrape the acid off, and start of their turn takes 2d4 acid damage. So that could be anybody in that line.
If we're comboing that with having people up in the air, that would probably be pretty useful.
Okay.
I'll
prepare
That's
that.
the big question, though. Do we want to burn our wizard's only 4th level spell slot on a double fly?
Right.
Well,
I mean,
Because I
2
know
people
I would
flying is
say
pretty
probably
impressive,
use-
actually.
probably use the double fly if we once we know the terrain and how they start to work. Maybe use a round to get a feel for how they start to work.
Is
And
flight concentration?
It is concentration.
But we also have that ability that does dual concentration. Plus, he's war caster, so he has advantage on concentration.
Here's a kind of weird question, Van. Would Icarus be able to do a 3rd level flight on himself and then a 4th level flight on both Kribdar and Risk?
Yeah.
Because he's got the dual concentration.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought
Because
about it
that
way.
way we've got basically all of the people with lower AC up in the air where it's harder for them to get hit, and me and Renan could just keep them busy while you help them from the sky.
And I basically just I only need 120 feet, so I could basically be depending on how high the ceiling is, I could be basically out of any casting range and still snipe them.
Yeah, that would be super beneficial. The only downside is if Ekrith gets bopped when you're 120 feet up, then there might be. So if,
Well,
I have
okay.
feather
Here's
as
one
long
I have
as
thing.
you
feather
got a
fall.
slow fall, that would probably negate it. But
Yeah, I'll take out Tasha's brew and take it Featherfall then.
there you go.
I also have another little trick. Again, the owl can cast a touch spell, so if he's in the air and somebody falls, if he can get to them before they get to the ground, he can cast fly on them while falling, and they can catch them.
I mean, I'll still get
Nice.
Featherfall just in case that doesn't work if I'm too far away.
Yeah.
So at least and just make sure I don't use my reaction for anything other than Featherfall while I'm in the air, because obviously that.
Sounds good.
I mean, we don't have to be like 90 feet up either. I'm just picturing like 15 feet up, just out of their melee range. But it's the 60 feet movement that I like about fly more than anything.
Right, but they also have a mage.
Yeah, they've got.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
So I would need at least a little more distance, at least 70 feet up in the air for my purposes.
70
I mean, obviously
feet?
you could
Let me
still
see what
stay
the range on counterspell is, because I want to stay within that range.
60 feet.
fair. Yeah, but
In that case, Renan, it
Yeah.
sounds like we're going to have the majority of the party up in the air. So load up anything that will be good for either making yourself harder to get hit or keeping yourself alive longer.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just going to be like the two of us being wailed on for a while.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe either.
Don't forget to take healing spells.
Yeah, I do. I have healing word. I was gonna put on Bane, and then I was thinking either.
Bane's good.
I was
Bane
wondering.
and or Bless are good too. See,
I
that's
have
another
those
dual
too.
concentration. If you bless some of us and Bane some of them as a dual concentration,
I was
would be
asking that.
pretty Wiki too.
But
yeah.
if you're gonna do the fly, then you're gonna take that ability.
Well, I mean, we
Well,
can decide which one's better.
Yeah, like
so.
after like maybe a round or two, when we start to learn like what they're about, then we can figure out how we want to combo things.
I'll prepare both of those. I was wondering about Sanctuary or.
Sanctuary is
Sanctuary?
really good if you're playing on going like nothing but healing. But if you're playing
Yeah.
on like
Right.
getting attack spells in, it's kind of
And
Okay.
it's also like kind of a weird thing where it's like you can't do anything except buffs and beneficial stuff because
Okay.
it prevents somebody from till the spell ends. Any creature who targets a warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw. Fail, that creature has to choose a new target. So that's a good spell to have, especially if you're the healer. You want to avoid
Okay.
damage, but you also have to avoid any type of confrontation yourself.
Okay.
Because if the ward creature makes an attack, has a spell that affects an enemy, so you can only do like buffs to us and heal us, but you can't do anything that damages them or debuffs them.
Okay. Okay.
AKA Bane.
Yep.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do Bane. You could do Bless on us, but
So then
and
I'll
it's not
pick it off.
concentration either. It just lasts a minute.
Here's kind of an unusual question, Bane. If Renan did Bane first and then Sanctuary himself, would that nullify out the Sanctuary?
No, it wouldn't nullify it because it's after.
Because if
It's-
anything after like things cast,
yeah, so you can cast yourself
Okay.
beforehand if you want to, and that would work. It means you can't cast anything after. Yeah, I said after, but I mean,
Yeah.
if that's what he wants, you can do that.
That might be something to consider.
Oh, this would be mean. I have disguise self, where it's like, look like God, I forgot the guy's name already. The dude who just died from the ritual.
Rapone. Oh my God! You look like the guy's 10-foot
Like-
brother. Like, oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
like I can make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different until the spell ends. You can seem 1 foot shorter or taller than can appear thin fat. So I can't change my body type. So I must. Oh yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
you
you-
basically look like a
I look-
version of him.
Yeah, like 3 foot,
Yeah,
4 foot version of Cobalt. Yeah, wouldn't be
Yeah.
accurate, man.
Well, it's not. I could still look like. I basically look like a smaller version of Rapone.
Yeah.
Instead of that.
Yeah.
It's an illusion, but still. That would have been mean though, because it's like he hasn't done anything wrong, and I'm also trying to save him from being killed by
Yeah.
for the thing. Yeah. Don't have a lot of second level spells that are very good for this type of situation.
Yeah,
When
same.
you're
Look at the
crossing
second level and it's
Is
like,
the stuff it puts on the ground ignitable?
It doesn't say. It just says a stream of acid emanates from you in a line.
oh, acid.
And it basically says I just need a bit of rotten food as material, which, being a artificer, I really don't need it. But,
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
honestly,
actually, I probably would, because it's like it's not going to be a magical effect. It's just literally some type of acid using some type of rotten food as a baseline to create the acidic nature of it. And I just enhance it somehow.
Yeah.
But it's still like 30-foot line, 5 feet wide. So this is like a big line of acid.
Well, I've got the spell Flaming Spear, so I was wondering if you put down the caustic acid on them,
I mean-
and then I roll a Flaming Spear over them, would they ignite?
I mean, I could just basically make it like a mix between animal fat and rotten food. So it's like it's some type of acidity that's also flammable.
Oh wow. That's
But
good.
I'm not a chemist, so I don't know exactly how that works. This is just like a
Sure.
baseline chemistry set kind of thing.
yeah, that'd be unlikely to work. Very unlikely.
Yeah.
To say. Also,
Like I'd have to like roll really well to make that work for you. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confident in my rolls, but not that confident when it comes to the heat
Oh,
of battle.
well, concentrate. Flaming Spear eats up concentration. I'm going to need that for my Guardian
Yeah.
Nature, I guess. So. Never mind.
Also, just so you guys know, if you have components, I think if your spells have components, if you have a component pouch, which I assume everyone does, basically, or you should have by default, basically, you don't have to worry about components unless they cost money, essentially.
Well, that's the same thing with like artificers in general. Is like I
Yeah.
don't need components. I just need unless it's something with a cost.
Yeah.
And even then, I think all I would really need to do is just give up the cost of the money itself without actually needing the material it costs. Unless you as a DM think otherwise. Like if something says I need a diamond of 100 gold value or something like that, I need a diamond or whatever.
I don't know if artificers. I'll have to look into that, but for general, yeah,
Yeah,
general.
'cause, artificers are weird because it's like I basically replicate magic with tools and science. Basically, is what the general flavor is.
Yeah.
But it still acts the same way as a spell would.
Okay, I'll look into it for artificers. Yeah. Yeah.
But I could also cast levitate. Use levitate. That's a concentration up to 10 minutes. The second level spell, and spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. Unwilling creature takes a con save, and
How
I can
high
basically
up
like
can
if
it
you're
go?
like a what's that?
How high up can you go with Levitate?
I can make them vertically rise up to 20 feet. One creature or loose object within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains there. And I can basically like, where does it say? And I can change it once per turn. Let me see if it's an action or something like that.
Because if
change
we
the target.
do it that way, we could get one of the guys up with Levitate and
Oh.
the other two with Fly, and that frees
Yeah.
up a concentration slot. Or,
Yeah, but they can't like move. They can't move side.
They just
can only
hover.
move
They
up
just
and
sit there.
down.
if
And
they're just up there shooting, they don't really
right,
have to
but
move that
because
much.
I'm the one casting it, I'm the only one who can control their elevation.
Gotcha.
So if it's not me, if it's not on me, somebody else is just stuck there.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking almost like using this as a way of getting anybody who's like more of a ground type of person,
Mhm.
getting them up in the air, especially if I know they're a melee type, just get them off the ground. It's like, well, you're up there until I tell you otherwise, or until somebody stops me.
How,
Downside is though, if they just gently flow to the ground, like they have auto feather fall, so they don't hurt when they fall. But
how likely are we to die? Should
Oh no, you can't
Yeah.
die.
unlikely.
Oh, you can't die?
Yeah, you
The
can't
fight
die in
not-
the
You
fight.
can't
Yeah.
die in it.
I? Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
heal, but no resurrection.
So revivify is not worth it then.
No.
No. Because and I think like once we're like knocked out, like we're knocked out, aren't we?
Well, kind of.
You
they're allowed to get
heal
up.
back up.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can get back up with heals, but like, yeah, you can't actually
Okay.
die. But yeah,
So
you
there's no death saving throws.
exactly. There's no death. Yeah.
So it's all blunt damage, basically. Non-lethal
Uh,
damage.
Yeah.
Added weapon damage.
Yeah, non-lethal. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's non-lethal. Essentially, you basically can't go past a certain point. You basically can't go past 0. Essentially, that's the idea. So you're
Power
always...
word kill. Kill don't.
Mhm.
I think it becomes power word sleep at that point.
Yeah.
Power word coma.
Yeah. Avada Kedavra. What the? I told you to kill him, Wand. Point blank with a bullet. Damn it! Oh, that's it. Ooh, actually, this might be a better one. Kinetic Jaunt. Oh, it's for self though.
Yeah, I
Walking
was
speed's
looking at
increased
that
by
too.
10. I don't provoke opportunity attacks. I can move through the space of another creature and it doesn't count as difficult terrain. Actually, this might be good. But it's a concentration and it's a second level spell. And I have very limited amounts of those.
Question for you, Bane. I've got this spell I can prepare. Wall of water basically conjures up like a giant wall of water.
Turn to
Since
ice?
we're in the ice plane, could I use it to conjure up water that then turns into an ice wall?
I mean, that so the when you have liquids, like just like how like liquids you drink stuff like that, like they don't turn to ice immediately or anything. It takes some time. So essentially they come out, they're kind of liquids. They start liquid, then turn to ice, but it takes time to turn to ice. So it would take like probably like a minute or something at least. So like
So it'll look like a water bed, basically,
Based-
for a bit.
Based on the amount of water, it'd probably take like a day to freeze it all.
depends how much
Yeah.
large,
It's
much
a
more.
lot of
I mean,
water.
this is the ice plane, though, so it's like it probably wouldn't take that long.
Yeah, it's 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 1 foot thick. So yeah, probably at least a minute or two.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean you can still use it
Oh,
while we're still useful,
the-
but yeah.
By the end of the fight, it'll look like a water bed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The outer shell will be ice, but the inside will still be liquid.
I mean, think about it. You put your ice cube tray in the freezer. It takes a couple hours to freeze, and that's
Yeah.
like a quart of water. So this would take
Yeah.
a long time to freeze.
I would imagine, though, this is like this plane of existence is like more intense than a regular freezer would.
It's definitely more tense, but it's still yeah. It still takes more time than the fight will allow, essentially. So I mean, either way, it could happen.
Okay. However, see, I also can do wall of water. The second paragraph says, spells that deal cold damage and pass through the wall cause an area of the wall to freeze solid. Each frozen section has an AC of 5 and 15 hit points, and you would have to like basically destroy it to get rid of that section. But
But
So
15 HP isn't exactly a lot to break.
no,
Right.
it's not. But I could like cast my frostbite cantrip on a bunch of sections and freeze it all up.
Mm.
I don't know how that would be helpful, but
but it's possible. That's what matters.
yeah, it could be done. I don't think it's useful, but yeah.
Something else I could do, though, it would eat up the second concentration because I'm almost certain to use the giant tree form, is I could give Cryptar fire arrows. So for the next,
Oh,
how many shots is it?
It's 10 or
It's
12.
pieces of ammunition. He'd have an extra D6 and 5.
Mhm.
So every time you hit with your crossbow, you'd roll your normal damage and then an extra 1d6.
if then fire damage.
I know,
which
I can
doubles.
do that too. Yeah, I also have that spell, and I actually have a crossbow that I've never ever used. So
Like
we
what are
could
these?
both sit behind a rock and fire away, but yeah.
All right, if you've got that now, save it from being prepared. Because I'm pretty sure I would need to touch him to cast the spell.
You touch the quiver of arrows. So-
Yeah,
but it lasts for
basically
like an
I need to,
hour.
like,
Okay.
well, we could prep it beforehand.
Right. So
Right.
you cast it like 5 minutes before the battle, and then up to an hour or whenever all 12 are shot.
Exactly. There's the poison on my thing because it's a snake bite. So
Yeah, you add top
would
of
be a
it.
poison flaming arrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
but
you'd have like
Yeah.
poison, normal
You
damage,
could get
and fire
all
damage.
the colors of the rainbow if you want.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The question is, do you want to sit back and just be a sniper? Because I know you don't always do
Right.
that. So we don't want to like handcuff you or anything.
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. So, what sort of stuff are you playing Cryptar so we can like amplify you?
Right.
Generally, when I play the game, I'm more of a melee kind of character. I don't really do like much magic. Very, very. If I do magic, it's usually like hideous laughter or
Sure.
Chompers.
or the mind sliver kind of thingy.
Oh yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Misty step. Nothing too involved. Mostly, like I said, melee attacks.
Well,
Be it with the daggers or the snake bite.
Snakebite's is a pretty cool crossbow now.
The snake bite became a crossbow now.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so your range, but you're basically physical for the most part. Yeah, you're definitely physically oriented. So
Yes. Generally, like I said, that's how I am. Melee guy. Or melee, as some people would say.
melee. But just melee also means
Melee.
like in like close range,
Or-
like so
Or melee.
Melee. Milady. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. I mean, but just melee. People say melee. They
It's
usually
like-
mean close range. They don't mean like
hand to
physical.
hand.
Yeah.
Crossbow is not hand to hand. You're
Hand to
fighting
hand
from
to
like 50
hand to
feet away.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's all.
Generally, I use tools for close combat with the occasional crossbow user.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So yeah, that's generally how it is. I have like the Mystic Frenzy, and I also have like the Blood Curse and the Bloated Curse, stuff like that. Stuff that delays people from doing actions and stuff, or they need a saving for the throw or something to that effect.
Okay.
Generally.
Oh, also you can buff your weapon if you want to. Cryptar, you have something called Crimson Right, and so you can use it on your weapon. Your weapon can do even more extra fire damage. Well, actually, no, you
have to injure
on any-
yourself each time to imbue
Yeah.
it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. And also for you picked Frozen and Storm, so yours is actually only Cold Lightning. So never mind. But you lightning's still helpful. But yeah,
Lightning's so good, yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
all right.
Don't have
So you could do
any-
poison, lightning, fire, and piercing all with one shot.
Pretty much.
Generally, yes.
Yeah, you'd think with me being an artillerist, like I would want to make things blow up. You'd think fire would be a main element for some of my spells. Nah, the only fire spell I have is just firebolt.
Really? Well, you have heat metal,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah.
Well, I have like green flame blade, and that's about it for anything else fire related, like actual fire related.
Okay. That's odd though. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I know obviously Gordon has a million fire
I have
spells.
continual flame, but it's like it's not an attack spell.
No.
It's just like a magical flame, basically.
Sure.
Sure.
It doesn't take heat, doesn't produce heat, doesn't need oxygen. It's just a magical flame that will just exist forever until it's dispelled.
Sure.
Other than lightning bolt, I'm kind of the same way at low levels. Once I get to more 4th, 5th, 6th level spell slots, then there's a lot of like elemental stuff like ice and stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
got fireball, I
Like-
got scorching ray, I got
Burning hands, I think too.
And
yeah,
most of my thing is like
firebolt,
concentrated
right.
around the Eldritch Cannon, which
Just force damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like once I get into like 9th level, I get an extra D8 for damage, and if I ever make it somehow to level 15, I get a second one, so I can pretty much attack 3 times in a turn.
Nice.
So that'll be insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
What level
Next
are
level is going to be
we? Level
great
7.
though, because I would have what's called Flash of Genius, where I can add basically my intelligence modifier to my rolls, like ability and checks and saving throws, to myself or anybody in 30 feet of me.
Nice.
So that's insane. So it's like, it's basically like giving like a D4, but it's just fully max D4 or something like that.
Okay.
I
Also,
think with this is
just Jimmy, like most spellcasters can change their spell slots on when they sleep, so that's why they're doing. So you can change yours too if you want to. So you can change your spells to something else depending on what's available to you. So if whoever wants to, I think most classes can choose when they want to, essentially, when they prepare.
Except for sorcerers. I
And
want to say maybe warlocks.
yeah,
'Cause
warlocks.
is it's on like level up with sorcerers.
Okay, well then Jimmy might be. Maybe Jimmy can't because Jimmy he's a profane soul blood hunter, so he gets warlock spells. So I'll check though. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I don't actually know. I'll check.
But yeah, like Flash of Genius would let me put like a +4 on ability checks and saving throws. So it's like somebody within 30 feet of me or myself, like looks like you just almost hit that ability check or whatever. It's like, nah, you did. You get a +4 to that. But that's next level, so we basically have to win the fight first before we can level up. But
I just
that's
want
what you
my
basically
spell
said.
save DC. I just want my spell save DC to go up, which happens with my proficiency at level 9, but also at level 8 I can take
I
like
think level
a
9
ability
as well.
modifier, and so So level 8, I'm going to raise my intelligence 1, which will give me 1 more, and then at level 9, proficiency goes up, which gives me 2 more. So my save will go from 15 to 17 by level 9.
That'll be very nice.
Yeah. 15's
Yeah.
easy for these guys to beat. They all got mega modifiers. It sucks.
Yeah. I have.
Yeah, mine's even lower. I think mine's like 15 for the save, but I don't do a lot of stuff that requires them to save. So
Yeah. Same.
Well, that's what mine is now. It's 15, but in 2 levels, I could get it up to 17. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
planning to switch out either guidance, mending, or thaumaturgy for one other spell for the fight. Which one is the least useful, you think?
Mending would.
probably
very good.
mending.
Uh,
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Well,
Those
actually,
are
wait,
cantrips.
cantrips.
Yeah, cantrips you can't
Yeah, you
move out.
can't change out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can't switch cantrips.
Yeah.
Just spells.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So also, yeah. Sorry, Jimmy. So by default, sorcerers I think and warlocks can't change their spell list. They only level up. They can move stuff around, but I don't really care personally by that. So if you want to change your spell list, just let me know or just change it. I don't really care.
Oh yeah, I see that all the different spells that I can learn here.
Yeah.
Like Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness,
Yeah.
Hold Person, Invisibility, Mirror
Ooh.
Image,
Old
Yeah.
person's a good one.
Shadow Blade, Spider Climb, Shatter, Hellish Rebuke, which is always a joke.
How many spell slots do you have though? Because
Not many.
No, I don't have
well, I
that
think
many.
you probably don't even have
have
spell slots. I think you just you can
I-
use one
I
ability.
have four spell slots.
Oh,
Well,
are they all level 1?
I think
Well-
that's 4 spells known.
Yeah, four spells.
yeah. So he actually has two
Yeah,
two
so-
slots per.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
Yeah,
weird.
right.
2 cantrips and then 4 known spells.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah, so you have 2 cantrips, you can use it at will, and you have 4 spells known, and of those 4 spells, you can cast those up to 2 times per 4 rest. But yeah, so unfortunately, you only have 2 slots. That's normal. Unfortunately, warlocks have very few spell slots. It sucks.
Yeah.
But
And
So you-
Bloodhunters
so
are just
let's
basically
get
a
up that one,
flavored
check it.
version of warlocks.
yeah, but you can still pick
his version.
but you can still pick any 4 spells you want within your list. I don't care. Again, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I have no issue if you want to switch things out.
But if you want to swap something out for something else, go for it. is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you can do it now or you don't have to later. You don't have to do it for this fight. You can do it for whatever fight you want to, or just do it in the future. But yeah, don't feel constrained to them. You do change it as you want. I'm not gonna.
You guys think
Got it.
invisibility would be good in this fight?
See, that's what I was asking. I actually unprepared it because I don't think so. 'Cause
Yeah.
As soon as we attack or do anything, we lose it.
Yeah, invisibility
Right, but it's
is
still-
only good as a get out of jail.
Like
If like you get
Well-
pinned down by like one of their melees, you can go invisible, and then it's much harder to get hit.
Yeah,
and then you can like
That-
run.
that's
or
why-
whatever.
that's what I'm kind of thinking. At least give yourself a chance to get yourself in position if you feel yourself in a pickle.
Oh, wow.
I
Ray
can-
of the
Yeah,
Cool.
like if you've
That's
got a
great.
spare known spell, but you don't have anything else that you're going for,
Well-
definitely grab it. But if you've got like other stuff that you know will be beneficial, I'd say go with the guaranteed use.
Yeah. Well,
How
also-
about? Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
okay. Enhance ability. Since I have a lot of other concentration stuff like Bane and Bless, I'm thinking about removing that for something else.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only thing that would be really useful
Do you have
with
any-
its ability is if you're planning on doing like melee attacks with it, because then it gives you
No.
or bears endurance, so you can get advantage on constitution checks and some bonus HP.
Okay. But otherwise, what do you think?
You
I mean,
got
it's
range.
2d6
Range.
HP and bonus on or advantage on constitution.
I was gonna swap it out for like dispel magic though.
See, that's
Oh.
a good.
Let me double check.
Eh.
I think I've got dispel magic prepared.
I just have detect magic, so I don't have anything like that.
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
dispel magic prepared.
well,
Does,
so
does anybody have silence? Because if you cast silence on an enemy caster, they are pretty neutered.
yep.
But couldn't
Yeah.
they just walk?
Unfortunately, I definitely don't have.
Yeah,
I could
don't
get.
either.
I wish I
I,
did.
I could get silence, but couldn't they just walk out?
Yeah, but they'd have to
For that
move.
split second, yeah, they're vulnerable.
So I could remove enhance ability and take up silence then.
Like, Like, if I remember, right, like, is counterspell vocal or is it just somatic?
I'm pretty
it's
sure
a,
it's vocal.
I don't know. Check. Yeah.
I will look. I will
Like
look.
somebody casts silence on them, another person starts doing another spell at them. They can't counterspell or
No, counterspell is semantic, so it's only a
Oh.
hand movement because it's a reaction. You're basically like, and you like wave it
Got
out.
it.
He's giving the finger. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
What about
Yeah.
blindness
Give
and
it-
deafness?
That
I thought
could
about those
definitely be useful.
too.
Yeah, that would
Hey.
be.
I have that prepared. But so should I remove enhanced ability for silence then?
Do you have anything that you'll be using your concentration? Because that's the big thing for enhanced ability. If you aren't going to use your concentration, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
But
I'm
if you've
probably
got-
Bane, probably, or Bless, depending on what the group needs.
Also, we still have some mushrooms.
and
Right.
you've got a frost troll heart on the
Yes.
All right.
And I can use enlarge or reduce. So if somebody wanted to go full kaiju,
Yep. The kaiju
Does-
halflings.
I mean, to be fair though, the mushroom will give you like basically double your size, and then once that happens, then I can just do enlarge on somebody, and then for the duration of the battle, they're basically kaiju
Yep.
because they're doubling their size again because it's concentration. So if they get reduced, they're still big.
I
Just
changed two
something-
of the spells.
Something
They-
on enhanced ability, it only affects checks, like wisdom checks, not wisdom saving throws. Not
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
everything
for
else.
checks.
Enhanced ability
Just for check.
it's not that useful in combat. Sorry, Jim. What were you saying?
No,
Okay, I'm removing it, picking up silence then.
Sorry, Jim. What were you saying?
I changed two of Krivdar's spells.
Okay.
So I have Witch Bolt, which is
Mhm.
basically an electric bolt, you know,
Yeah.
like and then I have Cloud of Daggers, which is exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's a cloud of daggers.
Got it.
So it travels, you know, like a tornado in a way, but as a cloud, you know. So
Okay.
it could. Listen, I thought that was pretty cool.
It is a pretty cool spell. It's interesting. It's concentration too. It's interesting. It's like it creates like
That's what I
a
went with.
cube of air daggers, spinning daggers in
Yeah,
air.
It's basically a blender without the outward container.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Pretty much.
yeah. Witch bolt can be good and bad. You have to hit with an attack, but once you do, you can roll for damage basically every single turn as your action. The problem is if you do anything else for your action, you lose it.
Plus, you
for-
have to stay within 60 feet of them.
Yeah, you have
If
to
they
stay
move out of
close
the
to
range,
them.
they-
Yeah.
Basically, it's like it's like what's called that lighting, the Palpatine's lighting, whatever. You just shoot lighting at them and then you keep it
Yeah.
on them the entire time.
Yeah. Once you've got
Unlimited
them locked
power.
on, you just roll that D12 of damage into them every turn.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice on sorcerers because they can grab a twin spell so they can double prong it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have bonus actions that you can do as well, that's nice because then you can bonus action still do your bonus actions, whatever. If you have good bonus actions.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've got a pretty decent strategy set up.
Still trying to
So
figure
we'll
out.
have the ranged boys up in the air. The halfling bros will get kaiju down on the ground and hold down the fort until we can melt the guys up top, or melt them with the guys.
Sounds like a plan to be forgotten.
And
100%.
That's
Do you-
exactly.
do you guys think heat metal will be useful in this fight?
It definitely will be for the woman with the large hammer that refroze the giant serpent.
Avala.
I don't know about the other Avala.
Okay.
It's
I'll
useful if
count
any of
that.
them have metal armor or metal weapons, but it can be situational.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
guaranteed at least 1 in 3, maybe 2 in 3. You'll be able to use it on, but pretty
Okay.
it's very unlikely a mage will have much metal on it.
Okay. I also have blur. That's like a lot of the things I have for second level are all concentration. That's the
Yep.
Yeah, concentration is always the
Yeah,
big limiter in the
same.
game. That's why.
especially because I only have like 2 second level spell slots.
I'm taking my only second level spell I'm taking is Scorching Ray. If I wanted to do second level spell slots, I'll beef up my first level spells, like, you
Yeah.
know.
I also have like vortex warp, which could be pretty useful if we have somebody who's like, constantly like staying out of range of somebody. It's like, oh no, let's reposition you where I want you to be.
Yep. It's a cool spell.
A very cool spell, but I only can do that twice, and it's a con save.
I think I'm set up.
Well, we'll just see what happens, because
Yeah, I know you fortunately got a month to go.
Good plan set up.
Plus
yeah,
you-
we got a
Yeah.
month to
The
figure
main
it
thing is how much of this we'll remember. But
Oh.
Right, yeah.
I don't know how well the audio is gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna be the SAG is still there, but like if so, then it might be hard to if you because otherwise you could just watch if you wanted to watch it. But otherwise, you guys can talk again at any point. You have the channel set up. You can talk whatever, and you can always talk, figure out stuff. But
Yeah, I mean,
hear
I,
like-
I hear the static, but it's low enough that I don't think it's bothering me.
Okay.
I can rewatch.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
just-
I plan on rewatching the part I missed while I was at work.
okay, just beginning. Yeah, I did DC at some point. I hope so. I'll see. I'm gonna have to upload two of them because I think I DC at some point, so I might split it up. But if it splits it, I'll just upload both of them. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure what happened to cause the
Also,
buzz.
When
I'll talk.
when do you think we should be playing next? What's our schedule plan for that?
Okay.
April 16th.
This third week of the month. Yeah, is that fine with people?
should
Yeah,
be
it
fine
should
for
work.
me.
Unless
Easter's the
something-
9th, so the 16th,
Oh, wow.
23rd, any of those should be fine with me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do 23rd.
Okay, so 16th then?
Yeah. Either that or the 30th. We want to still stay in April.
Yeah. Probably tentatively the 16th. I'll have to check if there's like 3 people at work who asked for the day off, then I might have a problem, but I don't think so. I have
So-
a ton of vacation time, so I'm just taking like a Sunday vacation day, like whenever I have to.
Yeah.
for my
So
work.
that's all actually I was gonna discuss actually next session, but I guess I could already tell you ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm
Unless-
actually gonna be out for most of May, and also last week of April.
Okay.
And May, I'm trying to remember. There's a wedding I'm going to be at in May. When it comes up, I'll let you know. But there's at least one weekend in May I can't do it.
Aaron, didn't you learn a lesson? You get sick again.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be in Milwaukee, and it's going to be in May, so it's
So you'll have just enough time to recover from this cold, so you can get sick.
yeah.
again.
Well, also the snow's going to be gone, so at least I can open a window instead of just taking the recycled air in a hotel room. So
There you go. Take that, snow.
right. But knowing our luck with the way the Midwest is with winter, it's like it's going to linger all the way until May.
Yesterday,
we've
like,
had it, we've
10
had it in
times
June
yesterday.
sometimes.
Yeah, we had like complete whiteout, like 20-foot visibility for like 5 minutes, and then the sun was out. That happened like 4
Yeah.
times yesterday.
Like here where I live in Minnesota, it's like we've had the snow go all the way last until like in June. Like
Mhm.
something that's how long it sometimes lingers.
Oh, wow.
Because it's Minnesota, where you can have all 4 seasons, sometimes within the single week.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So Jimmy,
Midwest.
is 16th good for you? Next
Oh, yeah.
month?
Like I said before, I don't know if you heard me. Generally, it's fine, yes. But if I had forgotten something that,
Yep.
something to that effect, I don't know.
Things happen. Yeah. Okay, things happen.
You know,
yeah,
like,
so-
like for example, my sister will call me up and be like, "Oh, did you know that we have to do this?" And I'd be like, "No, I didn't know." that."
Sounds like a family. Yeah.
But other than that, it's usually
Just for
Yeah.
flexibility's sake, like Saturdays open for anybody, just as a backup plan for these types of sessions.
As long as
It
I
would
have
have
like
to be- it
3
would have
weeks
to be
notice, I
earlier,
get
though.
any day. Really.
Okay.
It's possible. It's just one of those things of I need to know beforehand and like rearrange a few things.
Right.
Like, it's
Okay.
doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Sunday's the more convenient for most of us then.
yeah.
Okay.
Sunday's the best for me, but yeah, if you wanted Saturday, it would have to be earlier in the day.
No, I'm just saying, just in case somebody's like, "Oh, I can't make it this day, but could we move it back a day?" Or something like
Yeah,
that.
for that week or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Saturday's like the. I would say Saturday's fine for me in general. If it's not ideal, but
Yeah.
yeah, Sunday's better. But still, it's Sunday. Saturday's doable. Yep.
I got my weekends open.
Cool. All right. Well,
All right.
So 16th then.
16 tentatively, unless anybody has anything come up, put it in the group chat and we'll figure it out.
okay. Cool.
That's a good plan.
All right. I will
Okay.
end this. Then we are done with this. game at least.